in Chinese traditional medicine.
Is the Chinese traditional medicine thing in China as big as it's in the West? Because in the West they admire it, but sometimes I wonder if it's like, it's like
In
yoga.
China, we're trying to modernize it. That's the thing. Like, we're trying to make it like a more modern, because a lot of fucking ingredients is so weird. Nobody wants it. Swear to God. So that's why I'm telling my friend, just get a job, and yeah.
What are you studying?
Physics.
Physics.
I mean, I'm Chinese, of course. I'm gonna pick something like physics.
Something with
like
mathematics. Not being racist here, but you're good with numbers, so.
I mean, I'm not good with numbers, but I'm definitely good with maths, I could say.
That's cool. What's funny thing in Israel is because of that system that I said, the scoring system, it's based on demand. And there's more people who want to be social workers because it's easier studies than want to study physics. So it's actually easier to get accepted in university to study social working than physics. But everybody knows that physics is like 1,000,000 times harder and demanding than becoming a social worker. So that's like, some of the criticism that I have about the system. But I want to ask you a question, if you don't mind. You said something before in the beginning that you don't like.
I don't like Jews. Yeah.
Can you explain why?
Oh no, it was like it's quite political. Like, because I know in history they sold us opium. Okay, I blame them all anyway. They funded the Japanese during World War II, and they fought Manchuria. It's a really complex topic.
The Jews funded the Japanese?
Yeah, because like during the Russia. Okay, you wanna finish your question? Go on.
No. I'm actually surprised. Like, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, during the Russo-Japanese War, you heard about that one, right?
Yeah.
Jacob Schiff has funded $20 million to no, it's not even like a support. It's a loan. They loaned $20 million to Japan.
Jacob Schiff funded $20 million. I'm gonna Google his name. Who is that?
Go on.
Is he like an American Jew or what is that?
I think he's American Jew, and then like at before the World War II started, quote unquote World War II, I like to call Sino-Japanese War, started in China. Japan had owed I remember it's like owed a lot of money, like 40 million, something like that. And it's like half of the loan is from Jacob Schiff, and the other half is like from Baron Rothschild.
So yeah, Jacob Schiff, the German American banker, that's the guy, right?
Yeah.
So okay, so you're saying that he sold drugs into Japan and China?
No. Jacob Schiff is not the one who sold drugs. The one who sold drug it's Sassoon.
Okay.
Jacob Schiff had funded Japan 20 million debt to fight a war.
Okay. So that made you go and hate all the Jews.
Pretty much.
Don't you think that this is, let's say, should I hate all the Chinese because of something that a Chinese guy did?
You can, actually.
Of course I can, but do you think that would be the right thing to do?
Yeah. No. How do I say that? But is it like historically that the Chinese have gone to Yarka? Yeah, you guys were from Yarka, like Golan.
Yeah, that's one of the
Israel,
villages.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say, like, do any Chinese people go to Yarka and start mass murdering Jews? No.
No. But let me ask you that question. I've heard about the Uyghurs. That's like the Muslims in China.
Yeah.
Is that correct that they put them in detention
uh,
centers?
It's more like anti-extremism training. Like we put them in we are preventing them to go extreme to the ISIS and stuff like that, and blowing up fucking houses, because they already did historically before a lot of like heavy involvement. They will stab people. They have guns. They make the street unsafe in Xinjiang. My mom is from there. She like her grandpa and my grandma from the mother's side were the first people, one of the first people who gone to Xinjiang to build Xinjiang bricks by bricks.
So he was like a Muslim who went to that conversion
No, he was
center?
no. He was from the Xinjiang production and construction corps. It was
All right. I am super curious about that because I've only heard, snippets of news. in the media or places, they call it like concentration camps. So they try to refer it of some kind of a working concentration camps where you take people by force and you force them into
No,
leaving
but
their
they have to
Islamic
have
beliefs.
they have to have sufficient suspicion. Let's say they're wearing like a blue moon, like a East Turkestan flag and stuff like that. That can get you in big trouble because
So if you're
that's
wearing
a
a
terrorism.
Muslim symbol of the moon of Islam, that's enough to put you in that concentration camps or this
No,
indoctrination
no,
camps.
no. You have to be more extreme, like blue. It's like East Turkestani flag or like fucking ISIS flag. That's enough to get him big trouble.
Okay, that's very interesting because I've heard also that in China they revere Islam as a mental disease. Is that correct?
Kinda. You're not mad we do that, right?
No, no, I'm not. I'm not Muslim, and
Yeah,
I think that radical Islam is a big problem. So I'm just
they
trying to
are.
understand. I'm just trying to. So we agree about that.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Something we agree about.
Virtual high five. Here we go. We agree about that.
Yeah.
Because no, I do think that radical Islam or even some borderline moderate Islam that have radical ideas is causing a
Hmm.
lot of problems around the world.
Hmm.
And you can see, like in America, you have all these, college students, Intifada Revolution guys. I don't know why they bring a lot of problems everywhere they go. And in China, they seem to have found a way to handle it in a.
You only have to do it. Teach them. You have to do prevention, like to get them a job. It's really easy. Just give them a job, and they'll be too busy to fucking think
This is
about things.
brilliant. I'm getting like an education from a Chinese guy who actually knows about these
Yeah,
things.
like in Israel, if you guys really want to deal with the dealing with a local Muslim trying to uprise, you can tell them just give them a job. Like a job is enough to make them busy enough to not
The
care.
problem is, see, I get your point, and that will work on non-religious people more. The problem with religious people who are extreme religious is that even sometimes when they have a good job, they will go, Allah Akbar and blow and start killing stuff.
That's hard. I mean, if you guys can detect it early and bring him in and educate, like de-radicalize them, it takes time. Yeah,
No,
like
but you're
de-radicalization
talking
takes
about
time.
something that, sorry for cutting in, you're talking about something that the West doesn't have the guts to do. The
Yeah,
West doesn't have the guts to create these,
we
camps.
call it prevention. You can call it a
The
prevention
prevention
prison.
camps. Yeah, I don't want to use the word concentration camps because that have like connotations of Holocaust and
No,
etc.
no, because no, I mean, I don't believe it happened. But besides, if it's a genocide, then I'm not going to see Uyghurs on the street in China. Like, but their population have grown, so we're
Yeah.
different.
You don't believe that the Holocaust happened?
Not really,
You're
no.
living in Europe. Have you ever tried to go to a Holocaust?
It's Spain. Go on.
Have you ever went to, let's say, Auschwitz, to some of these concentration camps? I've went there.
I seen the pictures there. I mean, and I don't think it's possible because of the technical issue, like the gas, like what is it? Cyclone B is used for delice.
Hmm.
Beside, like, it's no way you can kill 6 million. Well, let's say Auschwitz. Yeah, it's not 6 million. Auschwitz is like 1.5 million. I remember. It's not possible to kill 1.5 million people within 4 years with 5 outlets. Like, you can't cremate them all. And besides, they can't find any bodies.
They can. There's literally mass graves. I'm living in Germany. There is bodies. There is mass graves. There is the concentration
I was in
camps.
Berlin, by the way. I was in Berlin.
Yeah, I'm living not far from Berlin. I honestly think, when you enter the concentration camp
Hmm.
in Auschwitz, one of the biggest signs that they have on the door there is, "He who does not remember history is bound to repeat it."
In English.
He who does not remember, yeah, it's written in English, but also like in German and other languages.
Yeah.
So, it was not put there by the Nazis. It was put there by, the Americans, I think.
Yeah,
So,
but what does a German put? Arbeit macht frei. It was a labor camp.
yeah, they used to call them like labor camps and, liberation camps and etc. But my point is, if you don't know history, then you have more chance to be fooled and tricked, to have history repeat. And I do recommend to go into these, if you have any questions or dilemmas, did the Holocaust ever happen or not, and you're living in Europe, I would
Mhm.
strongly recommend one time in a trip, go and see it.
I mean, Auschwitz was in Poland, is it? I remember.
Auschwitz was particularly in Poland, but there's concentration camps. Most of actually these death camps were outside of Germany. They were
Yeah, but they were discovered by Soviets. Who who the fuck trusts the Bolsheviks?
no, it's not about who discovered them. They're still there. They're existing. There's survivors that came out of there that can,
Mm.
help. But anyway, let's go back right now to the China, the detention
Yeah,
centers.
that's true. That's true. Or are we gonna? We're probably gonna have a rage bait. We're gonna experience
No,
it.
I don't
Yeah,
rage,
but
man.
yeah, about China. Yeah. So it's like you got to detect it early. It's always start from a sprout. You got to detect it early, and you got to prevent it.
So you need to detect Islamic kind of radicalization
Yeah, from trade,
symbols.
like how they behave, how are they going a bit too far? Let's say you see they have like extremist symbol on there, and yeah, I'm not an expert on that. That's my uncle's expert. But yeah, my uncle was in the armed police force. They fought them. They actually
But
they fought those
so your
radicals.
uncle was part, or your someone in your family was part of the people who built these camps.
No, he worked in another prison, another prison, not that one. But he had fought against radical Islamics.
That's crazy, man. So when you grab someone who shows symbols, religious symbols that can indicate,
Yeah,
extremism, like the star of the Turkish kind of
yeah,
Islamic.
that one. Yeah,
So they raid him with the police, they pluck him from his house, they send him a letter.
you got to. You can't you can't be peaceful to those terrorists. You can't.
Yeah, because otherwise they'll run away and they will, do
Yeah,
intifada.
like they'll stab you. Like fucking that happened multiple times. Even the Uyghur police officer. There's a lot of people got killed from that from fighting terrorism.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. It's not easy. So then when you raid it and you take them by force, arrest them, you put them in these camps.
Yeah.
How effective are these camps? Like they come out of these
Real
camps.
effective because if you like if you like usually it's kind of funny the Islamic radicals are hard to hide themselves. It's
Yeah,
hard.
they're hard. They're hard to hide the radicalization.
Yeah, it's hard to hide it. You can tell if they're radical or not.
Yeah, that's true. I
Besides,
wish.
depend. I mean, if it's like it's more preventative. But if someone already committed a crime, you just shoot them.
Wow,
So
China.
so heck, do you know how my uncle used to train in the armed police force? Do you know how
How
he used to be trained? He usually used fucking rocket launcher on them.
he used to go with a rocket launcher and shoot on extreme Muslims.
Yes.
Oh my god, that sounds like something from
Like
Duke Nukem, something from a computer game, like walking
yeah,
with a.
like literally no, like because that's the best way to let's say a bomb like he says like let's say it's an preventative target that approaching our checkpoint. So we got to use that to blow up because we don't know what's inside. Let's say for
My
example.
god, China plays on a different server, like you guys on a PvP server, and
I mean,
everybody.
I don't think don't you Israel have armed police force like they're like military, but more for but
Hey,
like direct.
I was an officer in the IDF, so I know the Israeli military very well. I was actually in a counterterrorism unit. We abide by very different rules that
Mhm.
makes it harder, but it's based on, humanitarian kind of values that Israel try to stand for. So we put ourselves in more danger than the Chinese forces in order to
Mhm.
combat radical Islam. That's how it goes in Israel. Like we'd go and we will study the case, have, intelligence
We just
follow.
chase them down and shoot them.
You guys or we?
We.
Yeah, no, we don't do that. We send them flyers, we send them phone calls to surrender themselves. We call their families to get out of the house. We're the only army that does it in the world, which is strategically wrong. We call the house that the terrorist is hiding in. We tell them, listen, we're gonna come at this date, this hour.
Uh-huh.
Please take your children out of the house in case that person tries to resist arrest. They might be fighting, so we don't know. So what's gonna
Can't you,
happen?
can't you guys just file a court permission to raid and you guys go nightly?
If it's a serious like terrorist, we're talking like a head of a terrorist organization, stuff like that. Yes, we'll do that. But if it's like someone that you want to bring for detention or to arrest him because he did some not extreme, like he didn't bomb the 9/11, the
Yeah,
twin
let's
tower,
say he hit a Israeli woman or
hit an
something.
Israeli, threw a rock into a driving car and shouted Allah Akbar and caused the car to fall out and maybe the family died in the car.
No, that in that case in China that would be traffic police job. The traffic police would just grab into the
Okay,
fucking prison.
but let's say he ran and he stabbed someone, and now he's hiding in his house.
Well, in China that's a warrant case. That's aggravated assault. We can shoot him now.
You can shoot him.
Yeah, we have the permission to shoot.
My God, China plays on different rules, man.
By the way, I'm joining the national militia in China. So what we're doing is pretty much patrol and get paid. And even we get military training, we barely use guns. We just patrol.
They call it national militia.
Yeah, they call it national militia. But yeah, we get to shoot, but no, not anymore.
Wait. I want to go back to these detention camps for Muslims.
Those
You
are preventative camps.
preventative. Sorry.
Yeah, those are preventative methods. Like if someone's already committing crime, you just gotta shoot them. You have no choice.
Okay, so someone who did not commit a crime but showed some affiliation, liked a post
Yeah.
on Instagram or
Let-
Facebook to ISIS.
Or let's say he was spreading like we have to kill those kuffars, you know.
Shouting Allah Akbar, kill the infidels.
Yeah, let's say that one. Yeah.
So then you raid him with the police. If he resists, you kill him. If he doesn't, you take him to these
Yeah. Like
camps.
depend on the resist. If he's like punching us, we're just gonna beat him with batons. But
Or blowing up with a rocket launcher like your uncle.
no, that's if he committed murder.
Oh my God, that is crazy. So wait, how long do they need to be in these centers? How do you call it? Not detention centers.
As long as they be as long like detention center. You can call
Yeah.
it detention center or re-education center.
Re-education. Okay, so how long
But-
does he need to be there?
I'm not sure, but I heard it's like as long as it takes for them to re-socialize.
So it's based on results,
Yeah, based on results.
not
And the
bullshit
results
or
are quite
anything.
good. Like they get a job, they get skills, and they're just gonna be so busy they can't think anything else.
So that's how China combat radical Islam.
Yeah, because usually radical Islam is because of a lot of people there are really poor and they have nothing to do. Like if you give them jobs, they would.
China solve problems in a different way that
You have to think this way. Like, why would they join Islam? They have nothing to do.
Yeah, in Europe they don't think that way. In Europe they protect them. Actually,
Yeah, that's not how it works.
they apologize on
You
their
have to-
behalf. Like you will go
you
in the
need to-
streets and they will shout, "Kill the infidels! Kill this!" And then Europeans will arrest you if you talk about them.
I know. Fuck, there was even 2 fucking cases in near my house. I'm in Madrid, right?
Yeah.
Fucking like they raped. There's 2 cases of like a sexual assault on minors, and I'm so pissed. If it's 3, I'm going into the refugee center. I beat the fuck out of them.
Wait. So there are cases of refugee Muslims who sexually assault minors, and then the Spanish people, they are protecting the rapist, or what's?
So the thing is, do you know how the European refugee center worked? I mean, I'm not sure how Germany worked, but in Spain, it's like usually the refugees go to foster care. It's kind of retarded.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they claim they're underage, they go to foster care.
foster care. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Whew. So these centers, these detenter or reprogramming centers, they have
Mhm.
proven to be effective in China.
Yeah, it is because you have to think sometimes you are investigating it wrong. You are investigating case by case. It's like, oh, this guy have a poor life, but you didn't link everything. It's like you have to link everything. Like, don't you see those like, okay, yeah, it's a probably different situation there. But in China, what we link is like those guys don't have enough money or they didn't attend education, they didn't get a good job. They they were lured into extremism while they were not they were not economically sufficient and self-sufficient enough, and we got the result of that. Yeah, give them get them a job, make them busy, and then forget.
Oh my God. So as a Chinese, when you're looking at, let's say, these Islamic protesters in the US, what do you guys think?
Well, in China, that's not possible. They're all going to prison.
They'll go to prison. Oh my God. Because you see in the US, like they're walking around burning America. If a Muslim would be burning a Chinese flag in China,
Straight to prison, straight to fucking prison. Like even a corner get burned if the police are going to charge him.
even what?
Even a corner of the flag is burnt in
A
China.
corner of the flag.
Like
Wow.
even a slight corner, it's burnt. He's going to prison
He's gonna pray to these read.
because it's called yeah, because according to Banner Act too, it's like Banner according to Banner Act you cannot burn or what do you call it call pollute a Chinese flag, like you can make it
The
dirty.
disrespect the flag and etc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't throw it on the ground. That's not allowed.
So then if you have right now a migrant on a student visa in your country who's a Muslim who's burning your flag and chanting death to China,
No, he can't. He can't do that. He can't do that. He's going to get heavily punished,
he's gonna get
and
heavily
he's getting
punished.
deported and never going back to China.
My God. And if he will go and say we need to bring intifada and we need to take China down and kill
Bro,
the
that's
Chinese.
straight up terrorism. We could fucking execute him.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was a judge, I heard this fucking case because I learned a lot of law in China. I'll be like, yeah, straight up terrorism case, death penalty, next.
My God,
I'll be like,
Chinese.
yeah, don't worry, I'll sign it for you. I'll sign the death penalty confirmation later.
Chinese. That government is fascinating. You guys work in a very different way than what they do in the West.
I mean, in Israel, like don't you guys you guys are a bit too soft in the start point. Like, you got to kill it as like in the initial phase. That's what you gotta have to do.
To kill them
Not
in
in
an
the mid
initial
phase, not
phase.
fighting in the mid phase. Yeah, mid phase is important. Yeah, you gotta kill. You gotta shoot. What you gotta do? You gotta shoot the enemy. But in the initial phase, you got to suppress it hard.
Yeah, China doesn't F around, man. China doesn't F around. In
Yeah.
Israel now, there's a big fuss because they're trying to push a law that will allow the death penalty for the worst terrorists that invaded on October 7th, the ones who kind of, raped little girls and stuff like that. And you have a lot of people in Israel that are going against it, and the government,
Hey, in China, if you rape a minor, you're already getting a death penalty.
yeah.
So that one of that is enough for death penalty in China.
My God. And another question about China. I'm very fascinated. Do you think China wanna take over the world, like in
No, not
terms?
at all. No, we just want to. We always say, oh, like we're a neutral country. We like generally probably there's a lot of people are sympathize to Palestine. I mean, I will sympathize for the Palestinian for what happened for certain stuff, but that's not the point. The point is we are a neutral zone. We want to collaborate with everyone. We don't want we are not like okay, since we believe we want to do something, we'll do it. No, it's like, are you harming ours? Do you want to do trade? Okay, let's trade. For example, the what do you call like a drip watering system from Israel? We bought that from you guys. It works
The
really well.
water
Thank you.
drops. Yeah, the water
Yeah, the
drop
water
system.
drip system works really well for Xinjiang. Like we got around a lot of plant. Heck, the watermelon is so big, you need two persons to carry. Thanks for that.
No, that's interesting because in the West right now, there's a lot of voices of concern about, China. Would they invade Taiwan? Would they go to a war with America?
Definitely, not like according to law, we will take back Taiwan. That's a non-negotiable. That's non-negotiable. But it's not gonna be like we're gonna take over the world.
Yeah, but if you guys take Taiwan, would that maybe possibly lead to military tension with the U.S.?
Maybe, but why we care? Like we would just be left alone. I mean, we already got a ton of embargo. It's not gonna be that a big deal. At most probably I wouldn't probably accept VPN when back in China, but that's fine.
Yeah, because you can't. Okay, that here's an interesting one. We hear that TikTok in the West, when you scroll, you watch one video, you go down, you see like videos of people twerking and laughing at grandmothers. But in China, when you flip the TikTok, you see the next
We
video.
have stupid case too. We have stupid people, but the thing is, at least our people are not that stupid. We'll criticize them. Like we're like, what the freak, you fucking freak,
So
you
you have a
fucking.
system that shame stupid people.
Yeah, we Abraham Baruch, Rabbi Abraham Baruch. At the goy Yudim, goy.
That crazy
Attack
guy.
enough. Attack enough. I love that guy, to be honest.
you
Hey,
you,
that's one of the favorite rabbi I like. I mean,
you said pretty good Hebrew. I don't know who's a rabbi. I'm gonna Google him. But you had
Abraham Baruch. He was funny.
Abraham
What's
Baruch.
up? What's up? Asu.
Abraham Baruch. I know there's a few like extreme Jewish rabbis that talk a
No,
lot
he's
of.
not extreme. I'm not sure he's extreme or not, but he's a funny one.
Yeah, well, I'll try to Google him. I don't know who's that guy. Abraham, but you
Uh,
have good Hebrew, man.
Abraham.
Ah, this guy, this guy. Okay, there is no permission in the world to hold an iPhone.
Yeah, he was a funny one.
He says funny stuff.
Yeah, probably in Israel. You guys could improve your reputation by bringing some funny rabbis, so we could have a laugh. Like just translate their video in Chinese. We brought a laugh.
Hey, I think I'm gonna recommend you to our country for how do you call it? PR. So you can be a PR consultant for Israel to teach them how to deal with reputation and with Muslim migration. I think.
I'm not joining the IDF. No, I
No, no,
mean,
no, no need to join the
but,
IDF. Be
but,
outside
but
consultant.
I mean, but sure. I mean, if I get into like what do you call it? If I get into what do you call that? If I become like a high ranked national militia member, I probably could try to try if you guys could get like collab, you could call me. I mean,
Yeah.
I
All
can
right.
teach out.
So here we go. If you would to give an advice for Israel, how should they what should do they need to change in order to more effectively combat radical Islam and terrorist
Preventative
organizations?
are the most important. The preventative. Okay, do you mind? I mean, do you mind if you blur? By the way, before, like, after this, please blur my face. I don't want to be in public, but whatever. For preventative phase are really important. You gotta suppress in the initial phase, so you don't have to deal with the active phase.
So
And
the
also in the
okay.
preventative phase, no, in the preventative phase, it's not just mentally change them. Also, after the radicalization, you need to socialize them to get a job and to give them decent life, or else they're gonna repeat because if they have a job, they're too busy to think about the silly things.
Yeah, I don't think Israel or the West can do that. I think it will go against so many human rights violations, that they would.
Giving a job is called a human right violation,
No, but taking someone against his will and putting him in a center where he can stay
and
there
give
for
him a
like.
like just correct his mental illness, correct his wrong thought to right and give them job is wrong. I beg differ.
No, I understand your point. I understand your point
Yeah,
coming.
that's I know what you mean too. Like I'm just saying, I'm just
No, you're
commenting on it.
you're giving a good counter, argument to it. I respect that. You're giving a good counter. I think I think that the fear that they have in the West is, first of all, they don't want to call things for what they are, but also is that these things can end up being used against your own civilians the moment that a new leadership comes. If, let's say, tomorrow a new leadership comes in China and they decide that uh, playing computer games is a mental illness and we want to put like gamers in detention centers, or I don't know what, I'm taking like an extreme, like,
Okay,
ridiculous.
I mean that's really hard to be possible because because China is not like like dictatorship country it says because according to the Chinese constitution it's yeah the CCP are on the lead but there are other consultant party that can vary the policy. Well, like let's say that guy got stupid. Like yeah, like we're gonna ban computer games. We're gonna do that, this and that. Okay, but like what do you call it the depart no it's called the office of the board of politics because there's like eight of them, like some are the military, some are law, some are like others can go like I object, I want you to be impeached and yeah he's fucking gone for doing that stupid stuff.
All right. Why do China support or back Iran? If Iran is a radical Muslim country,
That's a good one, that's a good one.
that's
You
something
have
I
to
can't understand. Because in China themselves, like you said, they will take people like Iranians, like that government, and they'll put them in the detention center. Undoubtedly, these are extreme, radical,
But you have to
fanatic.
think this way. Do they? You have to think you have to think it like in a position way. Like, have they threatened China's benefits?
So
Not at
the
all.
enemy of my enemy is my friend, kind of.
Not
They're
not
like,
enemy on the enemy is my friend. It's like it's simpler than you think. It's does that guy harm me? Can we do business? If no, if yes, then we don't have any problem with them.
Okay, but if they would have been living in China and trying to promote this Islamic kind of caliphate, then they'll probably end up blown up by someone with a rocket launcher or in the
Pretty
detention
much.
center.
Well, now now I heard they can't use the rocket launcher now. You must use snipers, which is annoying. You have to train how to use
There is
how
a
to
rule
accurate
for
shot.
that.
Yeah, don't rule that. Because historically the terrorism was so tough you got to use that, but nowadays it's just some sniper rounds. Yeah.
Oh my God, this is crazy. This is crazy. What's your thought about Israel? What did you hear about Israel? Like, what do people in China hear when they think of
I
Israel?
mean, I talked to some Israeli. I heard the prices, the food price is it's really high. It's really expensive.
Yeah.
And no, in China, like we do like you guys do have a bad reputation. It's quite historical because there was like a scam. There was like a contract violation between nation, and another one is like Mossad stealing Chinese vaccine. That's another one.
Mossad stole Chinese vaccine? I've never heard of
Yeah,
that.
that one was a silver one. That one was not the biggest. The biggest one that's we're pissed about is like it was a contract violation because we bought an airplane from you guys, right? Like a radar airplane.
Back in the days. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the days. But instead of you selling it to us, you guys send it to India. Like we already have the contract, and you guys still owe us the violation fee.
Yeah. No, these politics,
I mean, hey, it's international politics. I mean, why? I'm not gonna be
countries screw
emotional. You if you
exactly.
if you play on the chess, you can't be emotional.
Countries screw each other all the time when it goes to the world politics. It kind of
Yeah, but you have to be rational. You can't go emotional when you're dealing with this stuff.
No, I agree. I agree. So you think in general, like life in China is good for the Chinese people?
I mean, let me think. Let me think. I mean, the exam system are a headache. The government, the civil servant exam too. But if you get in that, you'll be in heaven. But if you have a skill and you work, it's not that bad. Like a parent, like still a father can support a family.
Yeah.
Like in the like in old America, like one father can afford like a whole family.
Yeah. No, the economy is getting better. Is it true that the China have a serious problem with birth rate?
It's serious speaking of, but I think it's more like stabilization. It's like a stabilization of the population because we do have a large population. It's good for the development for like hardworking, high dense industry. But after that, when that drops, when after that is when the drop is not really it's not going to be a big deal because eventually it will become into a stable population.
I think that AI might save China from that problem because
We don't go on.
as a country when you need like working force and you have a family with the rule that was back then, I don't know, it's not existent, right? Like to bring one child per family, you can bring more now.
No, that's non-existent now.
Yeah.
No.
So when you have that kind of rule and then you end up having an older generation and you don't have enough young people and it becomes like a burden in society,
Not really. You
ai
pay your own. Go on.
AI can might have be able to like really solve that problem because now you can use AI to replace a lot of the workforce that you would have need as a government to sustain.
I mean, despite my extreme politics, since I'm in Chinese politics, right? I mean, one of my policy I'm trying to implement it. It's quite funny. It's called the mobile vendor regulation. I mean, I'm trying to make a mobile vendor regulate like street vending standardized in China. So I will proudly introduce like I will not gonna be looking at the street vendor like if it's clean or not. Some of them are not clean in China. Most of them are clean, but I want that one day I'm proudly gonna introduce to any of you like hey, go get yourself a street vendor food. It's cheap and it's nice.
So it's like a mobile app that will
No,
rate.
no, street vendors. That's why I'm trying to regulate because they are a big population and they definitely could stabilize the unemployment. Heck, even birth rate problem because like in China, let's say yeah, a old person was a senior was gone back to poverty and being detected by the bank system because the bank system we can detect if your asset gone so bad. We'll call the street, what do you call it, the committee of the street going like, yo, what happened, are you all right, like you need help, you need to do you need to raise your portfolio. Like they'll be like that, and yeah. So I see. I'm trying to make that option a stable option. A better option. Also, it could help the economy to circulate. That's
That's interesting, but aren't you like afraid of a little bit of losing the privacy? Because it seems like it's a very totalitarian kind of government when it comes
I
to.
mean, it's not totalitarian. We have. I mean, it's like if someone needs, like, it's. I mean, your bank is transparent, anyways. To be honest, the bank,
Yeah.
the people, the bank already see how much money you got.
No, but
So
you have at least, again, I'm speaking out of what I've heard and what I've seen in, like, reports and videos, that this, like, tracking system that the Chinese have with their cameras, with the AI facial recognition score system, is that true?
we don't have a score system, but we do have like a blacklist. Like if you owe too much money, you're on the government blacklist, so you can consume, you can spend a lot of money. You can't move outside the city or the province. So we're trying to prevent you to run away from the loan. That kind of
So
stuff.
that system exists based if someone
But
walking.
but it's based on loans. It's not like how you behave. Even though you're an absolute dickhead in the neighborhood, we can't do anything to you.
So it's based on financial stuff, like,
Yeah,
loans.
besides, yeah, we do have public recognition camera, but it's in public area. Like, I argue that, like, since you're in a public area, it's fine.
But if the government will one day want to use that against you because you became an anti-regime influencer, you make videos and you talk and they don't like you, they can literally be spot you wherever you are
You
and
have you
use.
have to think this way, like, so in the Chinese politics, you can be quote unquote anti-regime, but you have to be vitally critical, not like pessimistically critical. Like, yeah, let's rot the system. Yo, we're gonna bring guns and we're gonna have a military uprising. No, that's not allowed. That's technically treason. You can go to prison or
You go to
in death
prison.
penalty. But let's say I'm criticizing the mayor of where my mom from, like Lang Fang. The mayor was a retard. He did, like, I can call him a fucking retard because that retard obligated all the stores paint their sign green, and they fucked up the sewer system. So I'd be like, yeah, the fucking sewer system is broken down. Can't you guys help, you dumb fuck? Like, that's fine.
That's interesting, man. That is fascinating and interesting culture that is so different than. I've been to China once. I've been to China, well, several times, but,
Where?
like, I went to the Great Wall, of course, and I don't remember which port town was it.
Beijing, is it?
Maybe, to be honest, to my shame, I don't remember because I was working on a cruise ship
Mhm.
as the head of security, and we came to China several times. And I mostly interacted with the Chinese, kind of authorities
Wait,
and
you
police.
work for PMC? I want to work in PMC, but
No,
I
I
can't
worked for
promise.
Royal Caribbeans. Royal Caribbeans, the big cruise line.
Yeah.
So they have, like, the largest cruise ships in the world. So we used to go to China sometimes, and in China, like, I've took a few tours outside, but I never really traveled, like, properly, because I've traveled a lot in other places, but I didn't, like, go there with a backpack and visited hostels and hotels and this. I
Mhm.
didn't get the chance, but it was very, very fascinating to see a whole culture that works differently
Mhm.
than Western culture. Like, it's
Yeah.
like even the logic system that you guys have, there's very
One second.
direct.
Oh shit. Okay. One second. One second. I gotta send a 爱上雷神. Yeah, he was telling me to send him something in the voicemail. Go on. Sorry.
Ah, okay. No, so it was just a very, very interesting culture.
Yeah, I mean,
Very.
Drew's culture is really interesting too.
The Druze actually, yeah, they took a lot of Asian. So you see, it's I call it 1,000 years New Age religion.
Hmm.
They came from under Islam, or they revealed themselves. They say that they're from the time of the prophet Jethro, from the
Hmm.
times of the Bible. But
Yeah.
they got been known to the world around 1,000 years ago under Islam, and then they
Hmm.
went down from the mountains of Turkey and the areas of Europe. They
Hmm.
went down to the Khalifa back then in Egypt and introduced a new idea, which came and said, there's no only one good religion, there's many religions, and they all speak in different ways over the same thing.
So
And
you guys are kind of you guys got like kind of like a simple objectivism going on. I could say that because you guys were thinking like, yeah, there's many more many more systems.
Yeah, yeah. So they came and said that. They came and said, the Jews, they will learn about God through their prophets and Moses. The Christians through the Christians. The Asians, they might see like the Hinduism and other religions. They're all okay. They're all okay. It's not that they're kuffar. You don't need to kill them all. They all kind of point to the same thing, this mystical kind of, understanding of the unknown.
Okay.
And what happened is then Islam in the beginning for 23 years was like, oh, that's cool. But then they asked them, wait, you said you believe in reincarnation? And they said, yeah, yeah. They adapted that from Asia, reincarnation. And said, so can a prophet be reincarnated? I said, yeah. I said, can someone come after Muhammad, who is the seal of the prophet? I said, yeah. I mean, if you believe in God, he can do whatever you want. And that's when they said, no, no, no. These guys are kuffars, infidels. We need to kill them. So that's when they started killing the Druze. And the Druze had to run and hide kind of, all around in the mountains and everywhere. And until today, like in many Muslim countries, they hide. They hide their identity and etc. So that's, but the point I was saying that the Druze themselves, they see a lot of influence from the Chinese culture, from the Asian, the Hindu culture, and etc. They kind of cherry picked all kind of different cool ideas and said, let's build a new
or
religion.
probably you guys just realized that reality is quite objective and everyone has their own opinion. That's what we realized before too. Like,
Yeah.
we're quite pragmatic with our religion too. Like, like pretty much it's like if that God works, then yeah, we can let you stay. If not, we're just gonna smash your temple. We're like, yeah, give me money, bitch, give me money.
So wait, I've read something about Xinjiang.
Yeah, that's
Help me remember. Xinjiang.
Xinjiang, you can call it. Yeah.
Is that a region?
That's technically a province, but it's I call it province, but technically by law in China it's called a ethnic autonomous zone.
Is that like a place where a lot of Muslims are living in, or
A lot of Uyghurs and other Central Asians live in there, and they get to decide their own system. Let's say in mainland, right? Guns are banned. Guns are absolutely banned. I
Yeah.
can't own a gun. But over there, let's say you are outdoor, what do you call it? Livestocker. You know how Mongolia and all the nomads deal with their livestock, right? They're just gonna send them on the grass field and let them walk around.
Yeah.
You know that, right? So yeah, like let's say yeah, since they got walls and issue like that, they can own guns. But
They can own guns.
but let's say in Beijing, which is not a autonomous zone, I can own a double barrel shotgun or
It,
fucking.
in Israel also. In Israel, it's very, very difficult to own a weapon. Actually, it's extremely difficult. You need to have really, really good reasoning. Like I was an officer. I was in the IDF, and when I left, I'm not eligible to carry a weapon as a civilian unless you have a serious reason. But okay, so people from there a lot of people from there are taken to these camps, correct?
And yeah, you can call it camp, whatever you call it, but it's
Help me again. How do you call it? I don't want to say concentrate.
preventative camps or
Preventative camps.
preventative centers.
How do they call them in Chinese? What's the word for it?
Re-education center.
Re-education center. That's simply how they call it. You take it to re-education center.
Yeah.
So China still have a problem with people there that are getting radicalized. So they will go even to
No, they're not. They're actually having a great time. Like we are wishing for tourists now. I mean, we happily wish for more tourists to come to China, especially Xinjiang. We want you guys to visit how we built, and you guys comment, are we doing good or not?
to visit these camps or visit this region?
The region.
Yeah, but that region is very peaceful because you have that system that identify the
Yeah,
radicals early.
well, thanks to them, do you know what? I can't even own an extensible baton over there, and yeah, they got lots of knives to prevent like immediate action. But that's pretty much the side effect, the post side effect of terrorism.
Yeah, yeah. One of the side effects is definitely limiting freedom in very
It's
in a
not
lot of.
free. It's not limiting freedom. It's like just lock your knives. That's what they're about.
Yeah. Cool, man. Cool. Well, listen, that was a great first you mingle. You're literally the first guy that I.
And I mean, you are not like the rest is really just being mad like ata benzona sharmuta and just go ata benzona
They
akhbal. So like
they've called you so many times these names that you can actually say them.
yeah, pretty much.
No, 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 man. I really try to understand people who think differently than me, and also give them a chance to kind of explain it, in a way,
Yeah.
because
And by the
otherwise.
way, this I'm buying an office this year, and I'm buying an office this year from a political group in China, and fucking hell, we're trying to fund some money for my friend's university degree. We hope he become a practitioner, Chinese traditional medicine doctor. Want to see
In
that?
China.
Yeah, come on, that's 3,000 euro per month. Fucking hell, that's a lot of money.
Wow, that's not bad. Like, how is the average salary in China? Is it
Now depends. Like it can vary from 300 euro, 300 yuan, or 300 pound. Like I say 300 pound because pounds are easier to convert. No,
Mhm.
you know I use shekel. You understand shekel, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I understand
You,
euros, shekels.
what do you feel better to use shekels, euros?
Talk in euros. Let's talk in or dollars. Let's talk in dollars or euros. That's probably.
Let's say in euro, right? Okay, I got to use a conversion rate because it's not 1 to 10, it's 1 to 8. Wait, wait, let me see. Yeah, if you have no skills and you get like basic jobs, you're making 4,000. No, you're making 430. No, 440 US dollar per month.
Can
But
you?
if you have a really decent one, if you're lucky enough without what to say, if you're decent enough, right? It will be $700. So it's like $400 to $700, I'd say. And if you have skills, you can make at least oh, fuck 1,000. Wait, 1 second, 1 second. One At least $1,300.
And that's enough to like live from. Like the life is cheaper
Fucking
there.
hell, the rent is only like 100,
Oh wow.
a few hundred at most.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Because in Israel is very expensive,
Yeah,
man.
I know. Like fucking a fucking meal costs like 60 shekels or something like that.
Yeah, easy, easy, more, way more, way more. You're
Yeah,
talking right now. You're talking right now. Coffee and a sandwich on the beach. That's 60 shekels.
that
That's 60.
bro, 60 shekels. I mean, I could eat a whole day in China.
Listen,
I
man.
can get breakfast, lunch,
If
and
you
dinner.
if you go to a restaurant in Israel and you order, let's say, a first course and a main course, a
Like a full
dessert,
course meal. Okay,
yeah, a 3-course meal,
that's pretty cool.
you will pay easily 200 shekels, easy,
Holy fuck, 200 shekel. I can eat.
easy.
I can buy like a big plate of fucking skewer
No,
with
no,
beer, and
easy 200 shekels. We're talking
we can.
like.
No, yeah, I'm saying 400 shekel in China, right? I can buy like a whole round with my
You
friends.
want to hear something crazy? Shawarma. You heard of shawarma before?
Yeah, I know it's shawarma. Yeah.
So shawarma in Israel is really good. It's not like this doner crap that they sell in Europe. I don't know what. It's like really
Yeah, I
tasty.
fucking hate those fucking
Yeah,
those
yeah.
Bangladeshi, those Pajit. They smell
No,
like
no,
shit.
they're,
I
they're they're
got food
not good.
poisoning from that.
So shawarma in Israel is really next level. But shawarma in Israel in Tel Aviv will cost you 70 shekels.
Yeah, that's what you call that costs a day of my fucking meal if I want to eat well.
Yeah, man. You go out. Like I went out the other day in Israel and I invited a friend. Yeah, let's go for shawarma. It was 3 friends. I bought them all. It's like, what? How the heck do we get 210 shekels? Like, what's going on here? And then I realized, oh my God, life is expensive in
When it
Israel.
comes to China, you'll love it. You'll enjoy the meal. You'll probably we don't have drugs. We don't have prostitution.
Yeah.
Well, we have,
When
but
I
don't
when I was
be.
hiking in South America, I was hiking like in the jungles and like far away
Mhm.
places.
Yeah.
And food was always a challenge because you don't know if it's clean, if it's good. Sometimes it's crap. Sometimes it's unhealthy.
Can't you bring
And
your own food and your own
you
like?
can, but come on, we were like I was like hiking the mountains and like 4,000 meters, 6,000 meters high for like months. You find like villages here and there, but whenever we found Chinese food, they called chifa, I think. chifa.
Yeah, that's in America. That's in Latin America.
In
Wait,
Latin
that's
America, they
Peru.
call it, yeah. That was always the best place to go because you knew that you're gonna get a good buffet, good food, fastly made. Don't ask questions. It's just like better than the other crap that was going around. So I used to eat
Yeah.
a lot of Chinese food when I was there. That
Yeah.
was fun. All right, hey brother.
It's great to talk to you, and I wish you to visit Xinjiang, and you tell me what's the result like.
Same. And listen, I want to challenge you. If you have the time, go to see concentration camps. And if you get to visit Israel, go visit Israel. You'll be surprised. And what we started the conversation, but by this, don't spread free hate. That's my point. Like, don't hate all the Jews because you feel like one Jew did something you don't agree with. That's just, you miss a lot. It's like me hating
Uh,
all the Chinese because I don't agree with one Chinese.
well, that I mean, we probably. I mean, I can debate you on that one, but we're gonna debate the whole day. But still, it's not worth it. I'll take consideration and keep my opinion. But you have a great day. Okay.
All right. Have a great day too, man. Bye.
See ya.
That was interesting. That was interesting. Hey, how's it going, man?
Good.
What's happening? Sleeping?
I'm gonna take a little resting position.
All right. It says here, oh, this is my second chat in Umingo. It says, we both like Israel, USA, Palestine, Islam, gaming, and politics. All right. What's your thought about Israel and Palestine, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm gonna like kind of avoid every question in a way. Well, my stance is gonna avoid every question. I'm like a relativist, so I don't really. They're both right and wrong in their own ways, and it's perspective. Like there's no real or right or wrong.
All right.
So,
So
and I
you
feel like I don't have enough information to like make a solid decision on like what aspects are
that
they right in, what aspects are they wrong in.
that I respect. That I respect. That's becoming a rare voice nowadays in the world where people who don't have enough information build very solid ideas about things they don't understand, and then it just they get really misled. So I respect that. I respect that. What about
Yeah.
games? Which games do you like?
I like to play Fortnite. I'm really good at Fortnite.
Oh
Like
yeah,
really, really good.
really good.
hmm
Which age did you start playing?
Video games, like in general, like online.
Yeah,
Uh, I feel like Call of Duty was the first like online game. I mean, chess. I grew up playing chess,
chess
and I feel like that had an influence.
for sure.
Mhm.
Now I send my kid. He's 7 years old. I send him to a chess class, chess club. I think it's
Yeah,
very
that's
very
what I
good.
used to go to. It's great. I love it. I loved
Yeah,
it as a kid.
it gives you patience and it gives you strategic thinking and also focus. Like you have
hmm
to be focused on chess. If you play chess and you're not focused, you're gonna lose. I recommend you try Arc Raiders. I don't know if you heard of it.
My friends played it. They stopped playing it, but they played it a lot. Like when it was like blew up
Yeah, it blew
initially.
up. Yeah, it have the fun of proximity chat that they really did that I haven't seen in games before. Like it
hmm
makes it a really fun community, and you have PvP and PvE and all these things. Like strongly recommend, man. Well, anyway, have a great day, brother.
You too. It was nice talking to you. Have a good
Likewise,
one.
bye. Man, this you mingle is so much better than how do you call that one? Omi TV. Way better. Hey, green background. How's it going?
Are you okay today, mister?
I'm good. I'm good. What's up with the green background? What are you doing there?
Sometimes I make music videos, but not always.
That's cool. What kind of music?
And you, I see my time. I see myself many times now. I get confused.
What do you mean that you see yourself here in my screen, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm using OBS. I'm trying to figure like how do I solve this nonsense? I'm using OBS.
Oh, I don't know anything about it, but
Yeah, well,
it's
welcome to the club. That's
yeah.
both of
I
us.
believe it's good.
Yeah, it's called the virtual camera. So when you use the virtual camera, it does these things. Yeah, what kind of music
Oh,
do you make?
I make a different music, like everything from metal music to pop music. So
Cool. And I see again, you're like the third guy that I speak here in Umingo. It's pretty cool. So you like Israel. That's how we got connected here.
yeah. What about you?
I'm an Israeli. I'm a proud
Oh, that's
Israeli.
nice.
I am from the proud Druze group in Israel.
Oh,
I don't know if you heard
nice.
about us. We're a very small
Of
group.
course, I heard about you.
Really?
I have a Norwegian friend that you maybe know if you know any Druids from Norway.
I have a podcast. I interviewed my podcast 2 Druze girls from Norway
Yeah, I
and their
believe it's
mom.
Florida.
And they shared the most heartbreaking but most beautiful story ever.
It's maybe I have seen you before, but I don't remember.
Yeah. I went on
it could be.
Hendrix. There's a guy named Hendrik, I think. He have a YouTube channel, podcast channel in Norway. I went on his channel a few times.
Maybe I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
I also have had a podcast, but are you making videos now or?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I should have said that. I'm making a video, and this is live streamed into YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a part of it. So, but it's very nice to talk to you anyway.
No problem, and I respect that. And have a great day, man.
You too.
God bless you. Bye.
Germany.
Germany.
Ang dami.
Hey.
Germany.
Yes, Germany. You're from the Philippines.
I'm from the Philippines.
Speak Tagalog.
Marunong ka mag-Tagalog?
No. I know Filipino.
Yes.
Filipino.
Are you a streamer?
Yes, I am a streamer.
You are a streamer.
Yes, I am a streamer, and I'm streaming this into YouTube right now.
Give me your account. I'll subscribe.
Yeah, my man. Well, you don't know what's my account about. Maybe you don't like it.
No, it's okay. We'll subscribe.
That's a brother. That's why I like the Philippines. So my name would be Mansu Ashkar. I can write it for you here.
Yeah.
That's cool. You can find me on YouTube and on Instagram. Sometimes I'm with an O, sometimes I'm with a U.
Okay. On Instagram, is it you or O?
I don't know. Let's see.
No, not okay. Subscribe tayo.
My God. On Instagram is with an O, on YouTube with a U.
Okay. There, I
My
subscribed.
My man. Here we go.
Here. I'll follow you on Instagram too. I'll show you.
I like
Hold on.
that.
Ashkar.
Here we go. I'm going to check it live. I'm going to see how many subscribers I have live. 63,840. You are number 40. No. That's my Instagram account that is private. I made it one day and I forgot about it. On Instagram, go and check with an O, Mansu Ashkar, and you'll see like a picture of our father and son kind of trying to be cool.
Oh, I found this one.
There is one place in the Middle East. Yeah. Well, how can I do this?
Hold on. What are you streaming about? What are
See
you streaming about?
that's my account.
Okay. I can't seem to find it though.
Mansu with an O and Ashka, that's on Instagram.
Yeah, I can't seem to find it, but I'll manage to find it.
No worries. What am I streaming about?
Yeah.
Politics.
Is this your account?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
My man. Politics, about Israel, Western values, gaming sometimes.
What are your thoughts in the war in Israel?
I think Israel is fighting to actually bring stability and peace in the Middle East, and they're fighting against very radical Islamist, organizations that want to destroy the Middle East. And because of that, you have wars, which we don't like, but they want to come and destroy us. So the only way to actually stop them is by actually going and, waging war against them, unfortunately. That's kind of in a nutshell.
I agree with your opinion, honestly.
My man. Here we go. Yeah. Because you know what? There's a saying that if the Arab nations around Israel would lay down their weapons today, there'll be peace tomorrow.
Exactly.
If Israel lay down their weapon today, there will be no Israel tomorrow. And that simplifies the whole story for you, just like that. That's like literally the whole conflict in one sentence.
Extremist groups are trying to run the Middle East.
Yeah.
Exactly, right?
What about in the Philippines? You guys have Abu Shabaab there, or who do you have there?
Abu Sayyaf.
Abu Sayyaf, right? You guys have Abu Sayyaf
Yeah,
there.
we have Abu Sayyaf here, and uh, currently the last big conflict with the Abu Sayyaf was back in 2017
The
in
what? The
Marawi
what?
City. The last big conflict with the Abu Sayyaf was in 2017.
In
If you
2017,
if you search it up, it's called the Marawi Siege.
the Marawi siege.
Yeah,
I will check them. Yeah, but I've heard that you guys are also dealing with that, craziness.
yeah, we have a lot of insurgents in our nation too, but as of now, it's more. It's less now. We're mostly fighting communist rebels,
Yeah,
communist
yeah.
rebels, and we're shifting to external defense against China.
Wow, that's crazy. I used to work as the head of security in Royal Caribbean's, the cruise line company. They had like these mega ships, and a lot of the workers that were working with me, some of my staff as well, and other places were from the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to always, like some of my best friends from the Philippines, we used to always eat together, do Filipino parties. And for some reason, I found the Filipinos, they're really big into karaoke and
Yes,
really big into basketball.
basketball.
Yeah, like
It-
every
It's
Filipino friend that I had or employee
uh-huh.
had a basketball shirt and like shoes ready to go play immediately, and had, was the king of karaoke.
We have two talents here. Either you're good at basketball or singing.
Can you be good at both, or that's impossible?
It is. It is possible. It's possible.
What are you good at?
Neither. I'm part of. I'm part of the group for neither.
You're the black sheep of the Philippines.
Yes, exactly.
So what are you good at then?
Well, I'm a boxer for the. I used to fight for the Philippine Army.
No way.
Yeah, but it's like mostly because of summer, like summer camp.
Yeah,
Yeah, because if you wouldn't believe me, my dad is a general in the Philippine Army,
really?
and my uncle is the current chief of staff of the AFP, the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Wow. Oh, lots of respect, man. I used to be an officer in the IDF, in the Israeli Defense Force. I was in the Special Forces,
Uh huh.
and I hold a lot of respect. Some of my employees that worked for me were from the Philippine Special Forces.
Can I guess what rank you? Did you retire or
I
did you?
retired. Yes, I retired. Try to
Can
guess.
I guess what rank?
Go ahead.
Do you guys wait? You call your ranks the same way the whole world does, right?
I will translate it from the Hebrew to the English. We have
Okay,
our.
but I'm gonna guess colonel.
No, no, I was under, lower than that.
One more, two more guesses, two more guesses.
Yeah.
A major,
One lower?
captain.
Yes, I was a captain.
Oh, okay.
If I would have stayed until now, I would have been probably colonel or major. But where I was serving was the special forces, and we didn't have too much meanings to ranks. It was not too much about ranks. It was kind of, they call it operators,
Hmm.
So it was more about the team dynamics and the missions that you do more than the ranks. Like
Yeah, I'm
nobody.
gonna show you something.
Show me.
My dad is part of the Philippine Special Forces,
Really?
and they worked with Charlie 11. This is Charlie 11 of the United States, and my dad was I think colonel. I mean
Man,
major or lieutenant colonel here,
your dad sounds like a bad tusik, a badass, like a hero.
and this was him when he was a colonel.
Wow. Man, I'm telling you, some of my best employees, because I was like the head of security, and a lot of them came from the Filipino background,
Uh huh.
Navy and Army, and lots of respect for your nation. Lots of respect for the soldiers that you had, the generals. They were good. They were good. I really
Hmm.
like them. And you're a boxer, so you said you want to be like a Manny Pacquiao.
No, I want to join the military like my father.
Yeah, do that. You know what? I think it does good for young people to join the military, even if you do it for a short time. It
But
teaches you a lot.
I plan to join the military because not as an enlisted personnel, but an officer.
Mm-hmm.
Because first of all, the benefits. Second of all, the military academy in the Philippines offer free tuition, and you earn salary every month while you study there.
Yeah, yeah. No, someone is asking. Yeah, Phoenix guy is a Druze from Lebanon. Yeah, sorry, I'm answering some people on the chat here.
Oh, the chat.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. I wish you all the best in that. That's a great path of career. And I wish more young people would want to do something for their country like you want to do. That's a great thing. And send my regards to your father. Sounds like a cool guy.
He is.
All right, man. Bye bye. God bless you.
See you.
This is how you do next.
Son,
What's
how
up,
you?
Algeria? How's it going, man?
Are you AI or something?
No, I'm a real human. Real human.
How old are you? Are you 25 or something?
I am 43. How old are you?
Oh shit!
Yeah, you were far.
You look younger.
Thanks, man. You're from Algeria.
Yeah, I'm from Algeria. And
Nice. I'm from Israel.
you? Israel.
Yes, Israel. Do you know Israel?
Israel in Germany.
I'm living in Germany, yes.
This don't make any sense, bro.
Why not?
Because Hitler was making soap. Soap of
So
Jewish.
that is a very interesting thing because Israelis and Germans are great friends now. Even though in the history,
Now?
you're right. In the history, there was, Germany is not Nazi anymore. You're talking
know.
about Nazi Germany. That was a different Germany. Germany today is a very different country. They actually, many of them, they love Israelis. They respect other religions. It's a different country.
How many percent?
Of the Israeli or what?
No, of the Germans, they like Israeli.
That's hard to know. It's hard to know.
Listen, do you support what Israelis do with the Palestinian?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Why you support them?
Because I think Israel is fighting terrorists in Palestine. I don't like the killing of the innocents. 100% no. I wish there wasn't. But Israel is fighting against terrorist organizations like Hamas and like Hezbollah. And unfortunately, they hide behind women and children. And that makes it, impossible to fight them without hurting the women and children.
Listen. You imagine.
Yes.
You're a man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any place to live.
Yes.
So you go rob the house. Why the action they do?
Who robbed which house?
You rob the someone house.
Yes.
You go and just fight him. What they do?
They will fight you back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Palestine is their country. They will fight back.
No, Israel is not their country. That's not true.
It's not Israeli country. Yeah, you said it's Palestinian country.
No. Israel is Israel. It's not Palestinian. Do you know where the word Palestine came from?
Palestine.
Yes, Palestine. Do you know where Palestine came from?
I don't know.
So Palestine came from the island of Crete in the Middle East. It was a nation of sailors.
Who said that?
That's history. That's like they were a nation of.
But if you read history, it's their place.
In the Quran also. In the Quran, it's mentioned the Jewish people.
الواحد الروح. What? أيوة 50. Okay, continue.
So in the Quran, it's mentioned.
Are you live or something?
Yes, we are live in YouTube, by the way. So
give me your channel.
My channel, Mansour Ashkar. I will write it for you here.
Mansour.
Yes.
So tell me, it's a Muslim Arab name. So you're Jewish?
No.
Or something?
I am Druze. Did you ever hear about the Druze?
No.
So the Druze are a small group of minority that lives in the Middle East, and they live in Syria, in Lebanon, in Israel, and a little bit in Jordan. And we speak.
What's Ashkar meaning? Stop.
Was that you?
I did it in the keyboard. When I type something, it go. No, stop. I'm gonna stop. Look. When I press A.
Okay. Do that again.
No, stop. You know what's Ashkar meaning?
Tell me what's Ashkar meaning?
It's in Arabic. It's like blonde.
No, صح. Opa! Bless you.
I'm writing your channel.
The food. There must be the food. The Maghreb food. The Algerian food. حبيبي. No, I
اوه يا so much subscriber.
yeah, بتحكي عربي؟
عادي يتكلم. كيف انت يا شيخ متعدد مواهب؟
لا ما عرفتش تحكي عربي ولا لا. بحكي عربي كمان.
الجزائري اكيد تحكي عربي.
بحكي عشان انا ربيت في بيت عربي، بنحكي عربي من البيت.
ما شاء الله يا شيخ.
ما شاء الله ما شاء
يا
الله.
اخي متعدد
How do you do this? I want to learn how to do this.
You know where the application go? Voice mode.
Voice mode, and you press
Yeah.
a button and you get like a fart noise or clapping hands or confetti.
You have anything.
Pshee, that's good.
Just see the word you want it and just play the K band.
My man, you taught me something new. So I'll tell you a little bit about the history of Palestine because we were asking about it. So the
Can
Philistines.
we listen. I'm gonna read comments.
Yes. So the Philistine. Are you watching it on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I'm watching the YouTube.
Yeah. So the Philistines came as
listen.
invaders.
You can talk with Arabic.
Yeah, but then the crowd won't understand us. Me and you, احنا بنحكي عربي، هن ما بيحكوا عربي.
احنا بنحكي عربي هم ما
هن
يفهموا
ما
عربي يا
بيحكوا.
شيخ.
And you have a great English. And you
Thank
seem
you.
like a smart man, you know. You seem like a smart young man. And it's nice to have the conversation with you. So, long story short, Palestine never existed as a country. It was an ancient country that had nothing to do with the Muslims that came there. The Islam that came there were Jordanians or Egyptians. And they called themselves Palestine and called claim to that piece of land that actually belonged to Israel. Now, they lived together for a while, but then they started doing jihad. You know what's jihad? But like a violent jihad. And when they start doing a violent jihad, intifada, and, you know, blowing buses and killing not only Jews, killing also Arabs, also Muslims, also Christians, killing like people in Israel, Israel had to start putting a fence around them, so they stopped doing that. And then they went on October 7 and they kidnapped Israeli children and women and killed them and did terrible things to them and went and hid them in their tunnels. So Israel had to go and bring them. So to your question, if let's say you are in a house and someone breaks your house and kidnap your wife and your daughter and your puppy, if you are brave enough, you will jump over the fence, go to his house, fight him, and rescue your children and bring them. But of course, but if he is hiding now behind his wife and behind his children and trying to shoot at you, then you try to shoot him and you might actually hit his wife and his children. And then what happened in the world, they all get angry. Oh, Israel, what you doing? What this? But Israel says, no, I'm going to bring back my children and I'm going also to stop him so he doesn't do it tomorrow. So that's in a nutshell kind of, you know, what happened there. And that's why you see, you know, what's happening in Palestine, which I think is a very sad thing. It's not a good thing.
I'm gonna say it in Arabic and translate it.
Go ahead.
I'm not عشان نتكلمها يعني بجملة واضحة وصريحة. فهمت كيف؟
احكيها يلا.
هو كيف؟ انت رحت قارن اللي خطفتهم اسرائيل مقارنة باللي خطفتهم فلسطين.
مين أكثر؟ إسرائيل ما خطفت حدا. إسرائيل أخذت مخربون وحطتهم بالسجن. هذا شكل غير.
مخربون يعني نساء بنات؟
لا، مخربون يعني إرهابية.
لا، اللي طلع عليهم الحكم هذوك مين؟ حكم
الإعدام. شو يعني حكم الإعدام؟ شو قصدك؟
تعرف عنده مثلا شهر ولا كم؟
إنه يقتلوهن يعني. هذول هذا it's a very good question. Let me just explain to the people he's asking how many people did Israel kidnap, how many people did Palestine kidnap. I explained to him Israel not kidnapping people, they're actually arresting, you know, convicts and terrorists. And then he said the ones who are about to be executed. لكن لا اللي بدهن إسا يحطوهن لدين الموت يعني يشنقوهن. سوري لازم أشرب مي هون. اللي بدهن نعم
كمل
هذولا محسوبين الإرهابية من حماس اللي من شركة النخبة هذولا كانوا أورط إرهابية اللي دخلوا إسرائيل وهن استغصبوا نسوان، قتلوا أولاد وأطفال وجربوا يذبحوا من فلسطين. هذولا عم بيجربوا يحطوا القانون إنه ما يحطوهم في السجن بس يقتلوهن. وفي ناس إسرائيل اللي بدهن هذا القانون في ما بدهن. فاهم علي؟ تعال نقول لك في فلسطين مثلا ما في قانون من هالزاي. يعني فلسطين إذا أنت كيهودي مسكت هناك ما حدا بيسأل حدا، بقتلوك على المحل. هذا الفرق اللي بيناتنا.
بس في اللي كيف يقولوها بالعربي ذي ما عرفت لا أقولها لا بالعربي لا بالإنجليزي يا شيخ.
قولها، مش مشكلة.
طلقوا سراحهم زي ما يقول.
شو؟
في كثير اللي فلسطينيين طلقوا سراح الإسرائيليين عشان ما سووا لهم شيء.
شو يعني طلقوا سراح؟
مثلا أنت في السجن طلعت
اها
لا مش مثلا أنت عندك حكم 3 سنوات
صح. في السجن ولا في الجيش؟
في السجن في أي مكان.
في السجن.
أنت
اوكي.
ممسوك أنت ممسوك الحين.
اه
واحد خرجك طلعك
اه
هذا اسمه
صح
خليتك يعني خليتك
صح
تروح هذا كذا اسم.
اه
في كثير خلوهم يروحوا بس الإسرائيليين لا ما يرحمك.
لا، الاسرائيلي خلوا كثير فلسطينيين يروحوا، كثير مليان.
بس هو لما تشوف هو
اقول لك
الحين
شو،
إحنا
اقول لك شو هذا، اقول لك شيء حتى راح يجنن عقلك، يعني مش راح تصدق. تعرف سنوار، يحيى سنوار من هو؟
أعرف. المهم
يحيى سنوار كان الرئيس والضابط تبع حماس في غزة. هو يعني الرئيس والضابط تبع الفلسطينية في غزة. طيب، هو اللي جاب اكتوبر 7 على اسرائيل، هو اللي هجم عليهم، هو يعني عن جد يعني زي ياسر عرفات، زي كدافي، هو الرئيس تبع صدام حسين تبع غزة.
قذافي was a good person by the way.
طيب نحكي بعدين عن كدافي، انا بعرفش بكفي عليه، بس خلينا في سنوار هسه. سنوار كان في الجيش في السجن الاسرائيلي، وكان عنده سرطان في عقله. الدكاترة الإسرائيلية والدولة الإسرائيلية جابت دكاترة يهود اللي راحوا وطلعوا السرطان من عقله وانقذوا حياته، وبعدين رجعوه، طلعوه من السجن ورجعوه لغزة. شو هو عمل؟ عمل أكتوبر 7 وهجم عليهن وقتل واستغصب بناتهن وخطفهن.
سنوار هو ما في واحد يحبه لحد الآن لا
لا،
إسرائيلية لا فلسطينية.
فلسطينيين
أقسم
بحبوه،
بالله ما يحب.
كثير بحبوه. في اللي ما بحبوه صح، بس كثير
في
بحبوه
اللي ما
هناك.
يحبوه كثير عشان
في كثير.
مسوي حركات مش حلوة.
Anyway, listen, I'm enjoying this conversation very much, but it's better that I do it in English because of my crowd here.
إيه so much.
But listen, you have great
Sure.
English and it's
Thank
very
you.
very nice talking to you. What's your name?
عم محمد.
محمد. أنا منصور.
أنا بس يا أخي متشرف. المهم في واحد مثلا يتكلم معك بآداب وأخلاق يكون حتى لو تخسر في المحادثة تكون
بالضبط بالضبط. لو تخسر أو ما تخسر ربحت. تعرف ليش؟ عشان اتعلمت إشي جديد.
شو
تعلمت إشي جديد. تعال نقول أنا خسرت إسا في الحديث. طيب أنت علمتني إشي جديد، يعني ربحت أنا. ونفس
المهم ما
الشيء.
في لا المهم ما في تعصب وما في
صح.
سب.
ما في تعصب، ما في سب.
when you win someone in conversation he will say bad words and he got angry.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's great. I appreciate that very much, and also I enjoyed as well that we're not getting angry and that you win or you lose the argument, we still have a good conversation.
Because
100%.
because your parents treat you good.
I think your parents taught you good as well. You must have good parents.
Why did it look like maybe exactly like you?
Maybe, maybe. What happened to your hand? What happened to your hand?
It's broken. So tomorrow I'm gonna remove it.
Ah, okay. How did you break it?
When I was young, it's broken, but I don't know. I just do anything and move on.
Okay.
Like maybe 4 weeks ago, we play a game, okay, soccer game, big soccer game.
Mm-hmm.
In like semi-final.
Okay.
My ball hit my hand so good.
Oof.
عيطت يا شيخ، عيطت من كل قلبي.
Oy, you cried a lot, yeah.
وبعدها
I understand.
قال لي الطبيب قال لي your hand do you broke your hand before? I said
I broke
just
my hand 3 times.
you?
Yeah, 3 times.
Yeah, of course. When he was young or
When I was young, I broke it 2 times. One time when I was fighting karate, I broke my hand. And
what belt do you have?
I did when I was a kid. I had a green belt. It's not like crazy. A green belt, you know.
Small. It's like
yeah,
listen,
small.
I know. Like when I remember, it's white,
Yellow,
orange, white, yellow, orange,
green.
green, blue, brown, black.
Yes, and some people say red also, but you know, yeah, black is like.
No, red is just for competition, by the way.
Yes, that's true. Cool. Are you do you do any martial arts?
I do I do karate when I was young, but I hate it. I do like the black belt like the past year.
Wow. Yeah, I did a lot of Krav Maga when I was in the Israeli army. I did the Krav Maga. That's
Yeah.
like the Israeli karate style. It's a different one.
You like fight with the AK?
With the M16, with the hands, with a credit card, with a rock, with your fingers,
Credit card.
everything. Yeah, actually,
You just
you want to hear a crazy story?
nah, yeah.
When I was training for Krav Maga, my instructor, who was like an MMA fighter, he called me in front of all the soldiers, and he said, "Okay, in real life, people fight dirty. They don't fight like in karate, stand, ajime, kata. This it's dirty. People jump on
Listen,
each
listen,
other."
listen. I had a comment. What does he mean when he was young? He looks 12. I am 17, by the way. I have a baby face.
That's good. That's good. Like a Justin Bieber face from Algeria. Like Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao. No, I'm kidding. So anyway, in Krav Maga, the instructor called me in, and then he looked at me, and you won't believe what he did. I was standing ready, and he spit in my face. بزق في
What?
وجهي. I
Why?
did like this. When I did like this, he kicked me in my schnitzkin. Pah! Oh, I did like this, and then he hit me
No.
in the neck,
You're
and then he grabbed my head, and I was like, and he started putting me down, and says, "See, just like that, fight
ليش?
dirty, you win." And the idea was that in the army, you don't need to fight fair. You want to fight how to win. And that
Yeah.
is that is Krav Maga. It's a very practical way of fighting. It's not as good as MMA or UFC or boxing in competition, but it's very efficient to keep you
So you
alive.
can fight with anything. Anything you
Fight
found
with
it.
anything around you, you learn how to fight with it in order to stay alive and save the people around you. Yes.
You just learn how to do when you in a fight.
It's very, very practical. Yes.
Everything's fair in a real fight. Yeah.
True.
It's
True.
true,
Listen,
true,
you
true.
are a
It's
very
fact.
wise young man for the age of 17. You're very wise, very smart. You have great English, and you are very nice to talk to. I wish more people
Thank you very much, mister.
in the Middle East will be like you, Habibi.
ايه yeah because اقولها لك بالعربي. في كثير ناس مثلا
Ah.
نقول انت مثلا كويتي ولا سعودي ولا اي بلد كلها تشرف فيها.
Mm-hmm.
اي بلد مثلا انت دماغك صغير، جاك واحد مثلا من الجزائر ولا من المغرب سبك،
Mm-hmm.
خلاص كل البلد هيك، كل البلد هيك.
تحرق
تصير
العالم.
تصير الفتن كذا. هو يكون عقله صغير، واحد يسبه يصير اي واحد يصير مثلا انا وانت قلنا مثلا كويتي وانا جزائري، سبك واحد من بلدي، جيت سب واحد ثاني وكذا تصير.
Ah.
حتى كل البلد يصيروا يكرهوا بعضهم، كذا صارت فتن بين البلدان العرب.
Wow. What he said, guys, right now, I'm going to translate to you, is a beautiful thing. He said, let's say you have someone coming from another country, another town, the Emirates, Saudi Arabia, doesn't matter where. And he cursed you. And you curse him back. And then he curses you. And then you start hating him. And then you start cursing everybody that came from there. And then you go and tell all your friends to hate everybody that came from that country. And then you have free hate. Everybody just hate everybody. And that is wrong. And I agree. That's a beautiful thing what you shared. And that's why, I know there's good people in Algeria and there's bad people. I know there's good people in Israel and there's bad people in Israel.
Yeah,
That's
in the whole world, is
exactly
bad good.
in the whole world. And if we, the good people, will stay silent, then the bad people will be louder. And only will you hear the bad people. But if we, the good people, will be loud enough, we can change the world.
Absolute cinema, absolute cinema.
Habibi, God bless you. And say hi to your parents and tell them they did a great job raising a kid like you.
Thank you so much, man.
Okay,
I
bye-bye.
appreciate it. We
You too.
can meet one more time, inshallah.
Absolutely, I would love that. And follow my channel, and I would love to talk with you again. With your
صاحب
parents'
الله، شوية
consent.
دخلك في الإسلام يا شيخ. I follow
Okay.
you, I follow you.
Okay, my man. Bye-bye.
تستاهل تكون مسلم يا شيخ.
How do I finish here? I do stop? Which button do I press here?
Skip.
I don't skip. Okay. Bye.
Goodbye, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, that was nice. That was wholesome.
Nigger. Fuck you, nigger lover. Often stuk scheisse toten. Dead niggers, dead son niggas. Araba stuk scheiß toten, nigger.
Hi,
Is that
hi.
a wait? Is that a Druze flag?
That is Druze, my
Druze?
man.
Oh shit! I've seen you before.
You were cursing the
I've
wrong
seen
guy.
you.
Maybe I have a podcast. I have a channel.
Habibi, I'm sorry. Listen, I know you're sorry, dude. I'm not sorry. I don't know. I hate the sand niggers and the niggas burn them to death. Mabet larov haravim, mabet larov hakushim. I was a neo-Nazi piece of shit for 7 years and loved asshole Hitler. Now I actually I'm Yisrael Chai. But anyway, that's my
Wow.
shit. Yeah, it's the whole thing. That's my Telegram, Habibi. I please hit me up because I have literally used some of your works and your interviews, even pieces, in some of my videos, and it's a lot smarter than "fuck the sand niggas," right? It's obviously a lot more nuanced than that. I'm kind of trolling and taking the piss and being an asshole because I'm drinking. But anyway, thank you so much, Habibi. I'm Yisrael Chai, I'm Druze Chai, I'm Iran Chai, I'm Europa Chai. Please hit me up, honestly, sir.
I
Honestly,
will find
please,
you. I
please
will
hit me up.
find you. I will
Thank you
find.
so
Let me
much.
write it. I'm new to this app. Let me just make sure that it doesn't
Yes, sir.
disappear.
Yeah, man, this is like the worst thing ever. This is just like the Wild West when people don't explain it like I do, right? But yeah, it's just anyway. It's kind of like just being a scumbag with your fucking time off, you know. But anyway, hey,
Re-
love to the Druze from Florida. I saw you in interviews about Iran when that piece of shit Khamenei died. I saw the idea that all Arab people or even all Arabized people are the same is so myopic and stupid, by the way.
no,
It's a whole thing, man. But I have seen you and I just recognize you. So sorry for,
no,
I'm
no
not
need to
sorry for the
apologize, man.
slurs. I'm sorry for the slurs against you because you don't deserve that. Your family doesn't deserve that. But anyway, I'm Yisrael Chai, I'm
I'm
Druze Chai,
Israel
I'm
Chai.
Europa Chai, and I was a Nazi piece of shit for 7. You could be a reviler D. I know Shitskin Crusader, TJ, all them, bro.
What
Over
changed?
fucking
What changed? If you don't mind me asking, what
what
made you
changed? What
stop
changed?
being a Nazi?
What changed, Jeff, was that I literally would list, even though they hate me now because I'm so extreme, like Alehava and Kahana followers think I'm extreme. I'm Yochev Baruch Goldstein. I'm on some other shit. But listen, what fucking changed, okay? And most of the Jews hate me. The Goyim have always hated me. It's no different in my life, right? However, what changed is when I heard, even though Yoav and Sahara were good to me for a while, but they hate me now, that's fine. Those guys still do good work, even though I don't really like them, especially Sahara. But I saw them have concern for the West. I saw them have concern for Western civilization like you have. And unfortunately, the biggest and most preeminent problem therein is Islam. Just a fundamentalist interpretation of it. Is it all Ummah? No. Should all Ummah be burnt to death? No. Should all blacks be burnt to death? Are they all niggers? Are they all niggas? No. But how are we to discern, Habibi, Yefe? How are we to discern the threats? And this is where white people fucked up and where Jews and Druze still have a future and we are gone. Just
In
want to
what?
say that.
In the term that we still have an identity that we hold and protect, or like?
Yes, we have none of that. Fuck you, fellow capitalists. I don't care if you're in the street sucking a one-tooth nigga off and you both die crushed to death in a fucking trash compactor, nigga. Fuck you. That is the goy attitude, period, bro. Like, I've even seen this among other. Anyway, I don't want to like get you in trouble or whatever you're streaming on. See, I've said so many slurs. Puerto
It's
Rican Jew, I have love for her. Sahar, he was an asshole to me, but I still have love for him. Yoav was the first that showed me. Don't get emotional like a faggot ass nigga. Sorry.
oh
It
my
was the
god.
first. It was the first. And hearing you speak and hearing like your thing with this, you did this interview with this woman. I don't remember, but you did this, and I listened to it, and I'm like, this guy should be an Arab. He should hate me. He should hate kafirs. But he was called a kufar. He was kicked out. All these things. Like I know about the Druze. You can only create another Druze when two Druze fucking, and and it's like when I started learning about like the intricacies of this, I'm like, how can I hate all these people, man? And they say that about me now with the blacks. You're being an asshole to blacks, calling them niggers. Well, look what they do to our people here. And the same with the Arabs. If I could ever become a multiculturalist like that, I would. I don't believe, and I know that they're not smart enough. They're just violent, most of them. They don't create society. Most of them are just assholes. The Druze go to nowhere and get told fuck you by everybody, die, kill you, everything, and they still thrive. And the Yehudim still thrive. And my people bitch and complain that there's not a McDonald's every 5 minutes. That's what changed, is that they have the same concerns I did about radical Islam. They have the same, and I've become so far right and racist and hateful and radical, and I can't really talk about it because it like undermines me to my own people on Telegram, as small as I am. You know, I just have a few hundred followers and shit, Reviler D, Reviler Red, whatever. Many videos behind Habibi, real quick. It's like, I'm a leftist at heart. I want to see people have equity, but Islam doesn't want that. You become a dhimmi. You become a fucking subservient to these assholes. They raped and killed your people for how many, 700 years? Like, I'm sick of it, man.
1,000 years.
Fuck this. If I'm giving Israel a bad name, then fuck you, nigger. I give Florida a bad name.
No,
Fuck it.
I
Because,
tell you what, man. I tell you what.
sorry.
I think it's important to be, you know, protective over your culture and your people, and to
Mhm.
identify forces that want to come and exploit your system and hurt your people. That's important. Not only important, that's literally necessary for survival. I would
Right.
just say, again, my tip. You can take it or not. It's completely up to you. Be careful with generalizing. And I do agree that there's a lot of problem in Islam, and I do agree that there's a lot of crime and problems that are coming from the black community that definitely need to be addressed. But
Hudud, hudud. I want hudud constantly, Habibi.
what is
Yeah, Faye, go
hudud?
ahead. Hudud, you know, I have a shit Arabic pronunciation. Sorry, it's death penalty, plural, for Islam borders. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
I want that. I
all I'm
want
saying
that.
is don't let these things affect you too much. You know, if you see that it's making you too angry or upset, it's just not healthy for you. And I would recommend, you
None of
know,
it's healthy.
it could, yeah.
Sorry, the world is such a horrible place. Damn. Yeah, I don't care if you use this in a video. I just wish I could sub to you because I've seen you, man. I like you, and you don't look. When they say that I make Israel look bad, that hurts.
I'm not
All
saying
these,
that.
no, I know, not you, Yefe. Sorry, but I'm saying like all these people like that I like, and they like me to a degree. You know, they know like Tal's gotten better. Puerto Rican Jew Alexandra, she's probably watching right now. She says shout outs to me. I say shout outs to her. You know, but it's like these people say that I'm making Israel look bad. This is all I know. I've been so steeped in the far right for fucking 7 years. Like, how else do you talk but slurs and violence? I've gone to jail for this. I can't practice insurance anymore because of this. It
Let me
has
give you my
fucked up
best.
parts of my life. And like I don't complain. I just do it. And I can be a coward and say, "Oh yeah, blame the kikes, fuck them." It's not true. They're not all bad. Like I'm not gonna do that. Like with the niggers and the sand niggas. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, sorry
I'll
to
give
cry
you.
like a faggot, bro. Yeah,
No,
I
no, no,
never get
man.
to
Listen,
I never get to talk to people. I haven't talked to a
listen,
lot of
man.
people in real life in years.
I've cried numerous times in my life. I was an
You have
officer.
a reason to, not the kafirs, not us. But yeah,
No,
you
no,
have a
that's not
reason to,
true. That
man.
we're all humans, man. I've been to dark
Not
places.
all of us. Sorry.
I've been to dark
I
places.
resonate with the darkness. The darkness is the only thing that's comfortable to me. Go ahead,
So,
Ravi.
but it's
Sorry.
not healthy. But it's not healthy. It's dangerous.
We
It's
all
not
die
healthy.
and it's worth nothing. Who cares?
I would generally recommend, you know, that try to avoid political identity and being consumed by these kind of things. I don't know if you have family or friends around you, but you don't
They
know
don't
the
want to talk to me because of my views, baby. Because I'm too extreme for them.
then learn to maybe moderate yourself a little bit, because
I
community.
can, but it's like I'm gonna just sit here and let Jews get holocausted and Jews get killed and all this shit.
I appreciate your noble cause of wanting to help the Druze and the Jews, but also remember that sometimes there's things in the world that are outside of your control and reach. So if you go for a hike, you just go for a hike, listen to the birds, walk outside, enjoy the God-given nature, Mother Nature, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna make less Jews or more Jews suffer, or this. It's not gonna change, but it's gonna help you.
No.
I'll give you this. This is the best word of advice that I ever read. But please listen, okay? There
Yes,
was an Anglican priest that before he died, he asked this to be written on his grave. And they wrote it. It's in England. And he said like this: "When I was young, I dreamt of changing the world for the better. And I grew up pursuing that dream. And now, laying in my bed about to die, I see that the world have not changed a bit. Only to realize that if instead of trying to change the world and go through all this frustration, I would have worked first on changing myself, maybe I would have been able to change my family and maybe even my city, my town, my country, and God knows, maybe the world. And that right there is the thing about work on yourself first. See what makes you more healthy, more balanced, more emotionally balanced. And sometimes that could be going out for a hike, seeking for help, seeking for another friend to talk to. It's important, man.
I don't
Staying
have a
on
lot
your
of them
phone,
anymore after these
staying on your
views.
phone and listening and watching the
They became
algorithm.
leftists. They became leftists.
Then find other
Sorry.
friends. Find other friends that you can talk to. But don't just let world politics and media consume you, because it's a dark pit.
Yeah.
It's going to take you to a bad place. And also, maybe
Thanks.
drink more water, less alcohol. Sometimes it can also help.
Yes.
Hey, listen,
Yes.
man, it was an honor talking to you.
Please add me. Please, like, you don't have to, bro, but like,
I will
I
add
really
you.
appreciate your
I
work.
will
I really
add you.
thank
I will add you. I will join your
Thank
Telegram,
you.
even if I don't agree with everything that you said, but that's fine. Okay? I think you're a
I
good
was a
person
neo,
at
I was
heart.
I was a neo-Nazi piece of shit for 7 years. I loved asshole Hitler with the fucking Nero decree real quick that would have burnt 3 million German women and children. I thought that was a joke when I watched Downfall on Tubi, and I'm like, this is a joke. This didn't happen. And I looked up and it did. And Albert Speer didn't put it through.
You know what? Let me
Okay?
tell you something
So
in Hebrew. Let me tell you something
yeah.
in Hebrew that is going to help you a lot. Do you know what's the word in Hebrew for repentance?
I thought you revenge nekama. I don't know
No,
repentance.
nekama is vengeance. Repentance is chazara b'tshuva. Now, in chazara b'tshuva, it means you're coming back with an answer. Now, let me give you this metaphor. Someone who was walking the path of sin, of darkness, of neo-Nazi, etc., for 9 years. Okay? Cheers.
7.
7. The
Mazel
moment
tov.
that you do chazara b'tshuva means that you turned around now and you're going back to where you should be. But hey, man, you've been walking for 7 years the wrong direction. That person who turned is still in the same spot, far away in a very dark place. So if you are having some kind of a repentance or change of mind, I'm not going to judge you for where you're standing. But I'm going to hope, I'm going to hope you're going to go to a better place. All right, brother?
I appreciate that, dude. It's not armed. Don't worry. There are no
fair enough,
bullets.
fair
in it.
enough, fair enough.
I fixed it myself. Thank you so much. Anyway, I've been touched by seeing. I think you start with the Iranians, and I've seen the things you've done. Like you're more of a celebrity than you think. You're one of the few Druze voices that I've heard. Thank you, and I'm sorry that your people were so just utterly maligned for nothing. And it's the same with this Jew thing. Like, and also real quick, it has me real quick almost like the hatred that I have for a lot of blacks and a lot of Arabs, without saying slurs now, and how I want a lot of them dead, and I do. But you know, I watched like some of Tal's things and some things about Beta Israel and like Ethiopia, and it's like, well, like, man, these people came here almost like a Holocaust situation in some cases, like in trucks and stuff. Like, I still don't trust them because they're black. I'm sorry, like, but maybe there's
You have a
something to
long way to
say.
go.
Maybe there's something to say that not all of them are the same. You
No,
know,
they're
maybe
not all
there's
the
maybe
same.
like maybe there's something to say. Just like with the Jew, like, I don't know, man.
They're not
I
all
don't
the
know.
same. Generalization is a real thing, but they're not all the same.
Yeah.
But anyway, brother, I just want to tell you,
Okay.
really, God
Thank
love
you.
you.
And
God
also,
love you.
there's
And
no God, but thanks, bro. And it's
then
so hard
love
to witness to
yourself.
the far right, but you guys give me strength and courage to do it. And I talk to the far right every fucking day, and I actually support like Israel and Arabs and some people, and not all bad, to Nazis every day of my life, and it fucking destroys me. But I feel like I have
Then
to do it.
take a
It's my
break from it.
burden.
It's a burden,
Thank
and
you.
you know it
I
better
hope
than anyone else. But take care
I
of
hope to
yourself.
hear from
Remember
you.
remember the
Habibi.
parable. Take care of yourself first, so you can fix the world.
Can you give me one Druze saying before you go, please?
One Druze saying. Let me see which one is not like a common.
And use this in something. I don't know. I know you, man. I'll find you again. It's okay. Druze, it was, you were hunted by Shia and Sunni for like 1,000 fucking years, and you still survived, man. You marched from country to country, unarmed, with flags. It's
وين ما
insane.
رحت خلي راسك فوق. ارفع راسك. ارفع راسك. ارفع
Farasek.
راسك. ارفع راسك is keep your head up. Doesn't matter if life hits you, shouts at you, tries to bring you down. That's something my mom used to always tell me. ارفع راسك. Keep your head up. All right? So doesn't matter which darkness you're going through. Keep your head up, brother. All right?
Thank you, Habibi.
You're welcome. Bye.
Mashallah. Mashallah.
Mashallah. Bye.
Thanks. Yep.
Wow, that was a crazy one. That was crazy.
Who is crazy?
No, not you, man. Not you. I'm talking to my. I'm doing streaming here. I'm talking to the streamer. I just had a conversation with a guy that was going through hard stuff.
Okay,
How are you?
good, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. We are neighbors. You know that.
Neighbors?
I am originally from Israel. I live in Elat.
I think there's no country called Israel.
There's actually a big country called Israel. It's right
No,
next to you
no,
guys.
no.
So how is this country
I think
called?
what I know
Yes.
exactly Palestine, no Israel.
All right. So let me
And,
ask you a question. Where did Palestine came from?
Did you watch what's in the border of Egypt?
In the what?
The trial of the war?
The what?
Training for the war at the borders of Egypt with
Ah,
Palestine.
yes. What's happening there?
The Egyptian army and the special forces train there at the border.
Why are they training at the border?
It's our land. We do whatever we want.
No, that's good. But I've seen
Yeah,
also that you guys build a fence, so like 7 layers fence from Palestine.
The bad people in Palestine who invaded Palestine are terrified from this. I don't know. I don't know why.
I think Israelis are not terrified from Egypt. No, we
No,
fought.
wallahi, they are terrified and have fear from this training. Why? Tell me why.
I tell you why. If you see, there was an agreement.
They think we will set Palestine free. I know.
No, there was an agreement between Israel and Egypt that they won't bring any armed forces close to the border with Israel because of the wars in the past. So when Israel sees that right now, they're like, "What's going on, guys?" And that's the thing. They're not terrified. They're just concerned. They want to make sure that there's no ill intentions between Israel and Egypt.
Allah, they are terrified from us.
No, I'm an Israeli. We're not.
We will set Palestine free, inshallah. Soon, inshallah, we will set Palestine free.
You can try. Last time you guys tried to do something like that, we literally kicked your asses, if you remember. Israel literally kicked your asses.
Go to the history, see what happened in 1973.
We defeated you in every single war. The thing is that they stopped teaching you history. No,
what
really.
happened, bro? What happened? We defeated you, and after that,
Who took
you know,
Sinai? Who
you
took
the
Sinai?
president
Let
of
me ask you,
Egypt.
who took Sinai?
Okay.
How did we take it if you
was the
defeat
winner?
us?
Okay, I'm asking you, who was the winner of 1973?
Israel.
Okay, the president of Egypt, when he went to the Knesset of Israel, he said, "I came to you as a winner. Nobody says you are wrong or liar."
It's good if he said that, but it doesn't change the facts.
Why no one said that you are liar? Israel is the winner. Why
You
no
know
one-
why?
nobody
You know
said?
why? Because we look at you guys when you
Because
say
you
these
lose the
things.
war.
No,
It's
we look at
easy.
you guys when you
It's
say
easy.
these things and we
Easy.
find it amusing.
Okay, my advice to you not to join to the army because we're coming. You will be killed. My advice to you, you're a kind man.
Well, I'm an
Don't join the
officer in
army.
that army, and I can tell you right now, if you guys will come, the desert will be your grave.
Do you mean like what happened in 7 October to your soldiers?
And look what happened to Gaza.
Hamas?
And look what
Like
happened
that?
to Gaza.
Okay.
It's funny. That's an Egyptian thing. You guys look only at when you manage to murder civilians, but when real soldiers come and fight you, suddenly your memory disappear, right?
You know that when I read the history
Disappear. Hamas went and killed women and children. Okay, what happened to Gaza? Flattened. Hezbollah. What happened to Hezbollah? Flattened. Iran. What happened to Iran? Flattened. Right now, the regime is hiding. What do you think is going to happen to Egypt, Habibi? I really hope that you will wake up to realize that if you come to hurt Israel, they will destroy you.
You destroy the civils. By the soldiers, you can't face them. And when you face them, you'll see. I can show you what happened to your soldier against simple people without any preparation, any armed preparation, who killed your soldier. Do you know why? When I read history about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion, I'm very surprised because how those people, weak people, kill the Jews and defeat them and defeat the Roman and the Parisian with simple potential. Now I know that it is true when I see the Hamas people. simple people with no preparation, with no army, and make you fear and terrified, and they kill you. And all you can do, killing civils, the airplane, the fighters, just throwing a bomb.
You know
That's
what's
all
the
you
best
can do.
thing? You know what's the
All you
best
can do.
thing?
You're weak, but from face to face fight, you are coward. Allah, you are
will
coward.
you
Like Allah described you. لا يقاتلونكم جميعا إلا في قرى محصنة أو من وراء جدر.
بعرف
You can
القرآن وبعرف الدين وبعرف كل هذول. هسه
اتكلمنا
خليني
عربي
أسألك
يا أخي،
سؤال.
أنت عربي أو اتكلمنا عربي.
Let me ask you a question now. If they
لا
come
اتكلمنا عربي، اتكلمنا عربي.
if they come to wage a war against Israel, will you join them?
فين؟
If Egypt invade Israel, will you join the soldiers?
أنا داخل الجيش أصلا، وهتلاقيني في مقدمة الصفوف مع قوات الصاعقة هفشخ الصموك يا صاحبي.
All right. I tell you one last thing. He said that he would. You know what's the best thing that happened to Israel?
قول يا حبيبي قول.
The best thing that happened to Israel is that our enemies are as stupid as you. This is literally the best thing that happened. Your IQ is so low that you will really think.
حرب اكتوبر 73 اما خدنا 14 كيلومتر، انت من غير امريكا ولا شيء، ولكنكم جنود.
Listen, brother.
الله عز وجل يقول لا
God bless
يقاتلونكم
you.
جميعا الا في قرى محصنه او من وراء جدر. ليه؟ لان انت ما عندكش اليوم الاخر، ما عندكش جنه ونار، فانت حياتك الدنيا بس. فانت عشان كده جبان وخايف ان انت تموت. اما المسلمين
I hope that you guys don't do something stupid like invading Israel.
عشان كده عمركم ما تهزمونا ان شاء الله.
All right. I hope that you guys choose peace over war and life over death. What?
You're in stream?
Yes, we are on stream.
اوكي، بترجم ده واعرفهم ان الله عز وجل يقول عنكم لتجدنهم احرص الناس على حياه. انتم احرص الناس على حياه. احنا نحب الموت كما تحبون انتم الحياه، لذلك لن تغلبونا كما فعلنا بكم في خيبر وبني قريظه. هل تتذكر خيانه غدر اليهود حينما قتلهم النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم واجلهم الحدود الاسلاميه؟
It's very long.
سنعيد الكرة.
One second.
خيبر اليهود جيش محمد سوف يعود.
Yeah, I know that.
اليوتيوب عشان اشوف نفسي.
Yes, I'll translate. So what he said, guys, is you guys in Israel love life and we love death. That's what he said. And that's why we're going to win and we're going to do Haybar ya Yahud and come and basically do whatever. That's what he said to help translate for you guys. Sorry, brother. I'm just talking to a stream here. So
no problem.
You just jumped in.
I was streaming. What's your
I was streaming. I have a YouTube stream on Instagram, and I was just talking to some fanatic from Egypt who was, speaking stuff in Arabic. So I was translating for the people what he said.
Okay, so what do you mean a fanatic from Egypt?
So he was a guy from Egypt that was wishing death and killing Israel and the Jews, and then he was explaining it by saying, because I speak Arabic, so I understood what he said.
Okay.
He said, "You guys love life and cherish life. We love death, and that's why we're gonna win because we're gonna go and kill you guys." So basically, that's like to sum it up.
Sorry, are you Jewish?
I'm not Jewish, no, but I'm an Israeli.
So, are you like have a Jewish relative?
I have a lot of Jewish friends.
How did you become an Israeli?
Not all Israelis are Jews. You have in Israel Christians, you have Muslims, you have Druze. I'm personally Druze.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That explains it. And you live in no, I know. I'm just curious, like where you're coming from.
I'm living in Germany now, but I was born and raised in Israel. Yes.
So why are you living in Germany?
Because my child is German, and his mother wanted to go back to her country to raise him up, and it's a great country, so we moved here. That's it.
All right. Are you just here to be pro-Israel?
I'm not here just to. I am pro-Israel because I'm an Israeli, and I think it's a great country. But I'm here to talk to people, actually. So, what do you think about Israel? I would like to hear that.
Yeah, I think I'm one of these people who qualifies for Israeli citizenship, and I'm not going to take it. I don't like Israel. I was asked the question, who do you think, some conservative guy, actually my soon-to-be father-in-law, but he was like, you probably think America is the world's biggest sponsor of terrorism. And I'm like, I didn't answer the question, but I think Israel is the world's biggest sponsor of terrorism.
So I'm understanding first that you're Jewish, right? If you qualify for Israeli citizenship.
I mean, there's many ways to do that, but
All right.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
It doesn't matter to me, because to me, like all
Okay.
humans, as long as you're human, you're fine with me. Saying that Israel is the greatest sponsor of terrorism, it's a bit funny because Israel is the one that is the best in the world at killing terrorists.
I think that they've been funding like they've been sending money through Qatar and have used it to fund many different terrorist organizations. Absolutely.
How do you know that? Like, what are you basing that on?
I mean, I don't have that off the top of my head, but there are some great commentators that I think document this. Vrillium, who's on YouTube, he's really good. He's sending a lot of good information.
Let
right
me tell
now.
you something though about, like, to be careful with YouTubers and these streamers and all kind of stuff. I'm a streamer myself.
Okay.
Is you don't have access to real government information. You don't have access to real, Mossad documents, and you don't sit as a streamer, as a YouTuber. You don't sit in war rooms and listen to these people. So when they come and just say stuff, take it with a grain of salt. Be very critical of it.
Some of this stuff is very well documented. I mean, if you want to, say that, like the fact that Jewish mobsters were responsible for arming, like the early expulsion, the Nakba, like that's just factually true. To
The
say that
Nakba? What do you
yeah,
mean?
the Nakba, yeah, the force of like during the formation of Israel. I don't know the name of the
Nakba, yeah.
I don't know the name of the proto ID off the top of my head.
You're talking about the Haganah and the Etzel.
The
You're talking
Haganah,
about
exactly, yeah.
You're
Yeah,
talking
so
about the Jewish armed forces that were here before the
the
establishment
proto
of the state.
IDF, like it's factually corroborated that Jewish mobsters blackmailed American politicians with really heinous dirt, like J. Edgar, like Hoover was like they had him dressed up as a drag queen having sex with like men, and they took pictures of that, and that was used to kind of blackmail government officials to allow them to send Italian arms after World War II to Israel. So this is documented. This is known. This is not. These are facts. And it's not just like you can laugh and smile, but like some of this stuff is in the public, and like it
Sorry.
ranges from things like, again, I don't know all this off the top of my head, but you have like the Israeli government used their nuclear ambiguity to blackmail Reagan into sponsoring their airlift, which saved their armed forces. So, like,
All right, let's stop on that for a second, okay?
Yeah.
Let's stop on that point. If Israel is about to be exterminated by Muslim countries that want to come and kill and slaughter and kill all the Israelis, and they fight, and then they come to the point where their back is in the wall, and this is the only Jewish state, mind you. They just had the Holocaust. It's the only Jewish state in the world. And now they're about to be extinct from the face of the earth. And they come and threaten, if you guys want to erase us, we will erase you with us. And they raise the nuclear capabilities. And then America spotted, by the way, Russia as well, and said, guys, listen, this is going to be a catastrophe. Go save the Jews before things go crazy. Why would you hold that against the Jews and not against the one who came to murder them? Because, let me say again.
But Israel is so I live in America.
Yeah.
I live in America. So whether we want to go into like the whole thing of whether American, like white Americans should have access to this land or whatever, let's not get into that. But just say it's my country, and my country is being blackmailed by another country using nuclear weapons, saying they're going to launch nuclear weapons.
What do you mean by blackmail? Do you think like Israel threatened to nuke America?
No, it threatened to nuke their region, to irradiate it.
To the ones who came to exterminate them?
No, not just them.
Then who?
Themselves.
No, that was not themselves.
Again, you can look it up. But
no, I know.
Yeah,
I was actually an officer in the IDF. I know the history.
So you know this. Oh,
I know.
Right,
I know.
Of course, because you're Druze. You're drafted in the army.
Yes, I know the history very well of Israel. So what happened is Israel, and by the way, also America have the same. Also, all countries with nuclear weapons have the same protocols when it comes to that. And I'll explain. Do you know why countries have nuclear submarines, for example? You know one of the strategic advantage of that.
Yes, after you destroy the capitals, then
if someone exactly, so all of them have the same kind of SOPs. If someone will come and will just destroy your country completely, You come up with the submarines, and like, whoa, what's happening? And then hopefully you will get the right information, and we will nuke back that country that nuked you. It's a deterrence, which worked in the case of Israel. It's a deterrence, and it's also an insurance policy. If someone comes to exterminate and genocide you, he will have the same fate. Now, does that make you the bad guy, or the ones who came to genocide you the bad people? Because again, Israel can genocide the entire Middle East in a day. Israel have the capability.
Can I tell
They
you why
don't.
I'm actually like I'm afraid of talking to you? Not because I'm afraid of the talking points you're putting out. Not because I think I can't defend myself.
Go ahead.
Or that you by talking isn't. No, I see things from the ADL or large Jewish organizations that wish to shut down anti-Israel discussion, labeling them as anti-Semitic, wanting to target them and go after them, and you're streaming.
Mhm.
So that inherently makes me very uncomfortable to
Fair
know
enough.
that there's that kind of level and reach, and also like resentment and rage. So yeah, I find that very threatening.
Listen,
Because what you're justifying to me is you're justifying those historical actions when I don't think they're justified. So that already, like, I don't think we can cooperate there. I just think that's
all right, but
yeah.
why is that? Why is that
No,
scaring you, though?
because I also know, right? Um, like the way that Israel acquired nuclear weapons was through it was through stealing state secrets.
How did America acquire nuclear weapons?
Well, they funded it.
How?
Well, they took people who came from Germany or Eastern Europe who were largely
Jewish people, by the way.
But they
Einstein.
swore loyalty to the United States. They said they were like for American interests. They were only for American interests. So they're traitors. They broke the law. They're spies. That's like illegal. So if you're like claiming that you are a like a citizen of the country and you're not going to give away state secrets, that's important. I think that's important. Do you think that's important?
So wait, you're calling citizens of Nazi Germany as traitors because they came
No,
and helped America?
I said of America, the United States citizens.
Okay.
People who worked in the Manhattan Project, well, they worked for the United States. I'm not talking about Nazi Germany. I don't like Nazis. I'm not a Nazi Germany supporter. I don't know where you got that.
No. So I'm trying to understand, who are you calling traitors then?
The scientists who worked on the Manhattan Project who took their knowledge and gave it away. They swore their loyalty to the United States in the Manhattan Project.
All right, no, fair enough. But some of these
traitors.
some of these scientists were not Americans. Some of these scientists were actually came from other countries and gave you guys this knowledge.
They swore their loyalty to America. If
Okay.
they break that loyalty, then they are not loyal to the United States.
All right, fair enough.
Yes,
but
that's
then comes the next question. If let's say Germany now invented a certain technology and America took that technology and adapted it, does that make America wrong?
What do you mean?
Let's say now Germany invented a certain types of weapon, which they invented quite a lot of weapons during World War II that were way more superior and advanced than what the West have. The West learned about these weapons and adapted them and started manufacturing themselves. Technology was invented in Germany. Does that make it wrong that America did that? So, because that argument, if America invented the nuclear bomb, then no one else should have it, and if anyone else,
yeah, but the difference is, bro. Like I'm American, right? So like my interest is of America. So
Okay.
If you're Germany and you have traitors, like
No,
you're gonna
but
hate the traitors. If you're American and you have traitors, you're not gonna like the traitors.
So you're angry. You're angry at any country.
My country's interest to not have that, like to not have people who work for this government, betray this government.
So let me ask you this. So
that's the thing.
Okay, before we go and throw the blame on Israel for stealing nuclear technology here. So after America invented the nuclear bomb, Russia was very fast after to grab it.
There's a YouTube channel called Vrillium. You might not like his way of talking or acting. I think he's kind of jerky, whatever. But he deals with facts. He has some things that are facts. Behind his bias, he deals with facts. So I recommend. He did a great video of how Israel acquired its nukes. It's called Vrillium. Maybe watch it for your stream. Maybe the people watching the stream will be interested. You could debunk it.
No, but my question is what is wrong with Israel having a nuclear deterrence capability? What's wrong with that?
I believe that Israel. This you could say that it's a conspiracy theory. I've had.
No, go ahead. I'm respecting what
sure.
you have to say. I want to listen.
I think that Israel is, and I do have like more kind of conspiratorial positions because I do think that like things like Nazi Germany, I don't think were um, a like spontaneous will of the German people. I think that there were more interesting machinations behind the scenes to allow Germany to rearm, and I do think that a lot of that has to do with the creation of Israel. They had, there's multiple ambitions at play, and one of that was kind
So
of.
you think that Israel encouraged Nazi Germany behavior in order
This
to
is before Israel. This is before Israel.
in order to justify the creation of the Israeli state?
Not just that, but also to weaken Germany and the Soviet Union. Like for instance, like because you have Hitler's
Brother, bro,
Hitler's
you're
finance
literally.
minister, like Hilmar Schlott, was like one of the
Wait,
highest
wait.
order Freemasons. I do believe the German economic miracle was not real.
But
I do
you're kind
believe
of hinting that there is a blame in Israel for having the Holocaust to happen for the Jews.
No, what do you mean a blame? But I'm not blaming Jews for that. Like they're I don't know what you're trying to say, bro. I want people to survive. Like I don't agree with Palestinians who want to like just like kill every single Jew and push them out into the ocean. I'm not a genocidal like I
Okay,
don't have
no,
this
good.
kind of resentment.
No, good.
To,
No,
yeah.
I'm not blaming you for that as well. I'm just trying to understand because
I just want you to understand where I'm coming from.
no, very good. I respect that. So it
Yeah.
sounded to me like you were saying that there was a bit of a Jewish behind the scene work to help Nazi Germany become Nazi Germany to later on justify the creation of the state of Israel.
I don't really know like what the people like behind the scenes with their like whether they're explicitly Jewish, whether it's like some weird combination. I don't know. Like, but sure, whatever you.
Can I give a diagnosis here? Take it
What?
or leave it. Take
No,
it or
I mean,
leave it.
okay. You know about what's the word? You know about Protestants. They like a lot of Protestants support Israel because they believe that like the end times should be ushered in. Yeah, so there's a component to that as well. I don't think that you can.
All right.
Just,
Let me give a fair diagnosis right now. A tip. I studied psychology also back in my days.
Oh,
and
so you're gonna psychoanalyze me? Is that what you're gonna do?
a little bit, if you want.
Well, I don't. No, I think that's really slimy, bro.
Why?
Well, because if I don't agree with you, or if you see me making connections that you don't like, then you can point to some kind of like psychological condition or
No.
whatever
You got me wrong. I'm not gonna. I'm not.
That's
No.
disgusting. That's
I'm
disgusting.
not gonna say anything like that. What I was about to say is this: is maybe instead of blaming the victims all the time, like they were the one who had something to do with the reason they became victims, try to blame the ones who create the problem. So instead of blaming Israel for going to the point where they might need to use a nuke in order to survive and not be exterminated, maybe blame the ones who came to exterminate them. Instead of blaming the Jews that they had a thing in bringing a Holocaust on themselves, maybe try to blame the Nazis who came and brought the Holocaust on them. And that's what I was trying to say here.
I think
instead of going that direction, which is a conspiracy direction, always thinking that they brought it on themselves and blame it on the Jews, try to blame it on the one who came to kill them.
Here's the difference between you and me. I believe that people have a lot less agency than you probably think of. You might, I believe you think in a very like, you do something, you're morally responsible for it. I think in the way of you watch the television, you're just going to repeat what the television says. That's a very different way of kind of seeing human.
So you don't think that people have a moral responsibility to their actions?
I didn't say that on an individual case, but I treat.
You literally just said that, man. That's exactly what you said.
No. What I said is you're trying to moralize every single human being. You're trying to put the responsibility on individuals. What I am trying to do is put the responsibility on systems. I look at things systemically. Why do people act the way they do? And people will act predictively.
So let me ask you, why do Muslim jihadist countries want to destroy Israel?
Many different reasons.
Okay, name one.
Well, the one that's the most common is they think what the atrocities that are happening, the IDF are committing against Gaza are horrible.
But they wanted to destroy Israel before these atrocities. So what happened? Why?
Like after the Nakba or before the Nakba?
Before the Nakba. The Nakba is a result because they came to destroy Israel. Know your facts, man. That's the reason for the Nakba. They came to destroy Israel at the day that Israel was established. Came to kill them all. And then they ran away and they call it the Nakba. So That is one thing. Why did that happen? They wanted to destroy Israel before and before and
Do
before.
you
So
have
why?
like do you have like a quick bullet list like sheet that I can read? Like, do you have like because you must have like
No.
like I like for instance I know like Nazis come on here they have like going on TV. Do you have like the same thing for your side or something? Like that would be helpful.
Actually, this is the first time that I come in unimingle, whatever you call this. That's the first time that I'm here.
I recommend you make something. I recommend you make your like bullet point talking points. Whatever that are like easy for people to like if they're not easy for people to look up and see.
But you didn't answer my question. What does this have to do, man? We can talk about penguins also. I'm asking you a question. Like, why do they want to kill
Like, it would
Israel?
be helpful if I understand your like the timeline of where you're coming from.
I just asked a question. Why do they want to kill the Jews? That's a good question to ask yourself.
No, there are reasons for it.
And then once you'll understand that, you will
but again,
actually
I
understand
think
why does Israel does what it do to protect itself.
When I look at like the Jewish history in the Middle East, I do not see like for around 1,000 years there is not a Jews did very well actually in the Middle East. You're under Muslim rule for a majority of the time.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
You don't believe that? You don't believe that?
I know for a fact. I studied Islamic history. I know it very well. Not true. Do you know under Islamic rule, the Jews and the Christians are considered basically
second
class
class
C, not even second, not even second. And there's a reason for that. They're not allowed to build houses. They're not allowed to ride horses. They're not allowed to hold a sword. They're not allowed to preach and promote the religion. And they need to pay a heavy taxation in order to convert them to Islam. Now, the rest of the non-Jews and Christians, and not the people of the book, Islam need to convert them by force or kill them. That's literally the Islamic, theology. Now, the reason they couldn't do that to the Jews and to the Christians, because theologically it was challenging. Why? Because they basically took the religion from them. So they came and made that excuse. But the whole idea was to encourage extinction of other religions and cultures and convert them to Islam. And with the Jews and the Christians, the idea was make their life so miserable that either him or his grandchildren will one day just say, it's not worth it enough. Life is too heavy, too hard, too humiliating. I'm going to convert to this ruling, colonizing power called the Muslim Ummah. So to come and say that they lived good under them, I'll give you an example. My people, the Druze. The Druze have been living under Islam for the last 1,000 years. They are being oppressed. What?
You guys are not people.
Exactly. And that's why they're trying to kill us and murder us and oppress us. So we had to hide our identity to pretend to be Muslim, not to be exterminated. Now, the only place in the Middle East where Druze, my people, don't need to hide their identity and live with honor and dignity is in Israel. That is the only place that we can actually go and hold our Druze flags and say, look at us guys, we're Druze. And you know what the Jews do? They come and celebrate with us. They come and join us in our festivals. They come to our homes and they show us love and we show them love, because Israel and the Jews are honestly a great nation and a great people in compared to the radicals around us. So
in comparison, I know it's better for you guys. I'm
not only for us, for all minorities in the Middle East. So I would honestly recommend to put your focus on the ones who are killing and on the ones who are destroying, not on the ones who are defending. Yes, sometimes part of being good at defending, you're actually good at killing the ones who want to come and kill you. That is Israel, that is the Mossad, that is the IDF. But if they wanted to go and kill freely, they would have been way more devastating. So the focus, in my opinion, humble opinion, is instead of bringing the heat on the good guys who are protecting your allies, by the way, bring the heat on the ones who will want to come and destroy your country and your way of life. That's a good recommendations to have.
I think for your stream, I recommend you look up Vrillium. Now, I've personally...
I will look him up. What's his name again?
Vrillium. He's just like Vrillium. Vrillium on YouTube.
LLIUM.
I don't agree. I don't like his presentation style. He says a lot of inflammatory things on Twitter, but on his YouTube channel, he does feature facts. He focuses on Israel a lot, and I think that he's I have always had my own gut feeling about Israel and the way that it's interacted with kind of the world geopolitically, and I was surprised to see that many people actually agreed with my, I guess you could say, biases. and I developed my biases entirely.
But that's not a scientific argument, if you
No,
don't mind me
I
saying.
think it's
If
important,
many
though.
people
I
agree
think
with
it's
you, it doesn't
important.
mean it's right. That's my point.
What?
If many people agree with you, it doesn't mean you're right.
No, I agree that that's true. But at the time, I don't think what I was saying was very popular or kind of mainstream. Now it actually has become very mainstream.
It became mainstream to blame Israel and to bring hate on the Israelis and the Jews. That became mainstream, man. I know people like to convince themselves it's not mainstream because it makes them feel special about it, but it became mainstream, man. Like the level of anti-Semitism is skyrocketing.
Yeah, I think that's intentional. I do. I think that's intentional, and I find it's so
intentional. Like what? Like Israel is the Jews are pushing for that?
Yeah, like okay, if you're gonna conflate Israel with the Jews, then sure, whatever, bro. I mean, you're the one saying it. Yeah.
No,
Definitely.
I'm asking right now because anti-Semitism is not necessarily only against Israel. It's mostly, I would say, against the Jews. You have Muslims in Israel, you have Christians in Israel who are not necessarily Semites. So I'm focusing it right now. So you think that the Jews are promoting anti-Semitism?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I think that absolutely, yeah.
Why would they do that?
Because Israel is, if you are threatened of if your existence is threatened, if you're like your literal ability to survive, the only place it's stuck is conditional to Israel, which is also under attack from every other group from all sides. You have a very strong group identity in being Jewish, and you
Mhm.
have a very strong desire to protect yourself and view everyone else as like evil monsters that must be removed.
But why would we go and encourage anti-Semitism if it already exists?
What do you mean we?
Why would the Jews go and encourage anti-Semitism, hatred towards them?
Well,
Why would they do that?
I can give one example. I can
Please.
give one example. So, Israel's population. Most of like people have this idea that Israel is a white settler colony, like can like for mostly Ashkenazi Jews. That's not true.
No.
Most of the Jewish population is Mizrahi. The Mizrahi got there because they were expelled from their like Arab countries. Actually, Arab countries that before they were like quite financially well off in. They had like kind of how the Christians are almost like, well, they're like maybe legally second class citizens or socially second class citizens. Economically they're a very very powerful and wealthy minority
They did good
inside
economically
Middle
in many
East. Yeah,
places,
yeah, and
yes.
so that was the same thing for a lot of Mizrahi Jews. So they go from being like the upper class of these Arab societies to now like being in Israel, actually ironically as like third class, fourth class citizens.
But why did they move to Israel?
Well, because like I said, they were forced
By who?
by the Arab countries.
Yeah. So go
But
to
you
the
just
root
asked
cause.
me. You just asked me why.
No, I asked you why would
Like
be
why would you ask me why would Jews want anti-Semitism to rise? And I gave you an example of where that was advantageous for Israel. Most of the people who are in the IDF, most of the people who are fighting, are not Ashkenazi Jews. They are Mizrahi. The Mizrahi Jews are the ones who got most militarized. You had the most kind of like very vocal.
That's not true. That's
That
not
is
true.
absolutely true. That is
I was an officer in the IDF. Maybe you
Okay.
want to listen to someone who was there. That's not true. The IDF is literally the Israeli Defense Force, and everybody in Israel go to the IDF. Ashkenazi, Mizrahi, Christians, Jews, Druze, whoever is an Israeli
You didn't hear what I
citizen.
said though. I said that they do most of the fighting.
That's not true. Do you know that most of the pilots were actually Ashkenazi?
Okay.
Most of the special forces in Israel are actually Ashkenazi.
Is most of the military like of the special forces?
Come again?
Is most of the military special forces?
The number of Ashkenazi or non-Ashkenazi in the army is literally representing the number of the population of Israel. If most of the Israelis will be Mizrahi, then they will be. But it's not because there's some kind of a hidden agenda to have them there. That's like saying most of the American army is, I don't know what, is white people. Well, that's because most Americans are white, I guess.
It's actually because I think most white people volunteer for the army in America.
Okay, fair enough. But still, that is like a higher representation. My point was, why would the Jews, I'm trying to understand that, why would the Jews promote anti-Semitism? And again, that goes to the same point of taking the responsibility from the anti-Semites.
I'm curious what your chat says. I'm curious.
I'm Ashkenazi Jews. I served in the IDF, and I'm a woman.
Okay.
That wouldn't make them special. Also, for Christian, most of the military is not special forces. There's no way Israel is behind anti-Semitism. That's wild. He thinks Ashkenazi Jews want more Mizrahi Jews to come here, so they will die
Oh
instead
yeah,
of
you
Ashkenazi.
hate Mizrahi Jews. You have like your own like racial caste system. Like
No, I'm reading the comments, man. I'm just reading
yeah,
the
yeah. No,
comments.
I'm just like it's funny because yeah, no, I mean a lot of
Someone
like,
is saying that you're not woke. You're just addicted to conspiracy theories.
addicted to conspiracy. I'm not addicted to conspiracy theories. I'm pretty anti-conspiracy.
Well, you've been shooting at conspiracy theories here
Well, yeah, because I found them
full
well,
automatic.
not because no, I find it very disappointing. I find honestly because when you want to like kind of reach you want to reach your own conclusions. You don't want to like either say like the world is this very mechanical, like almost in a Marxian way, you know, where everything like logically, you know, has to in a Marxian way, everything is kind of driven by like these larger economic forces.
Okay.
And like so, like that's the very boring direction. You could have you know structural things, and then you can have the conspiratorial lens, which I think is very lame because then you just look stupid and no one treats you seriously. So you want to kind of exist in the middle area where you can like, well, not even the middle area. You want to like create your own system or you're like have like a nuanced opinion. But unfortunately, that doesn't work. And over time, what I've generally seen is I think the conspiratorial angle makes a lot of sense, especially when you um, context clues are important.
Oh, all right. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Someone is asking here if you what do you think? What do you think about Nick Fuentes? Do you like him?
Not really, no.
I don't like him either. Well, anyway, man, it was nice talking to you, and it's okay to choose to agree to disagree. And I
Sure,
guess
but I just recommend you check out that YouTube channel.
I
you
will
know.
check it out. I'll check it out.
Like you know, you could say he's jerky. You could say that he like has like bad intentions. You could say I might even agree with all of those things, but I just think that he does bring up facts, and I think that those are relevant in kind of like you know looking at the situation today.
I'll check him out. I'll check him out, man.
He sums it up. You know, he sums it up in a way that like I can't do. You know, I can read a book like 5 years ago or 3 years ago, and I'm not going to be able to repeat every single fact. I know it's actually there are you know some Israeli YouTubers. I forget his name. Yeah, he's like the blonde hair and blue eyes, I think. And he was like, you know who I'm talking about? He has like a picture of his like grandparents. I think like a big black and white blowout on like a wall or like a door. Maybe some of your
blonde
comment.
hair and blue eyes. Guys, do
Yeah.
you know anyone with blonde hair and blue eyes that is a YouTuber?
Like he's Israeli. Like there was like he did he does videos. Like something in Israel, traveler in Israel. I'm probably misremembering it. He is in his room, like he has like a big black and white picture of like his grandparents.
Are
which
you
is
talking
actually
about the
very-
traveling Tlat? Tal.
Is that his name?
No, he's not blonde hair though and blue eyes. He's like completely Iraqi.
No. This guy is like you know.
Someone is
most
saying
stereotypical
Oren. Someone is
Ashkenazi.
saying maybe Oren. Maybe. I don't follow many
Okay,
of
well,
them.
my point is that like one of those channels, you know,
Yeah.
like like you know he was very in depth. You know, he was very well read, and he was doing kind of like a
Oren
review-
traveling Israel. I know. You have like a cowboy
Yes,
hat.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
You have
about.
a cowboy hat.
Probably, yeah, probably.
A little bit
mean,
older, like you know, in his 40s or something.
Yeah, like in his 40s.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. He's a cool
Oh,
dude. He's a cool dude.
Oh well, my point is that there are people who have like you know debunked him before online, but that guy he's very well read. You know, he's very well read. He knows what he's talking about. But you know, again, just the things that he repeats are you know like not factually accurate and actually debunked by his own the books he cites. So it like I was expecting you to be like kind of like that. Like I have no way to argue with someone like that. Like they're clearly more intelligent than me and more knowledgeable than me. But it doesn't mean that they have like you know like they're accurate.
It is. Let me maybe sum up what you said in a way to see if I understood it. It's
Sure.
in a debate. Sometimes it's not the truth wins; it's the one who can debate better. That is the challenge with debaters. Someone who can debate better can literally win an argument, even if he's actually wrong. So it is important to actually stick on facts and not just because someone can talk really fast and say something. And I think that is very, very true. I haven't had, you know what, in all my times talking to friends about Israel, and just like this guy that you mentioned, Oren, I did similar things when I was in Israel. I've walked the land of Israel. I walked it all by foot. I've read the Bible as I did it, the Christian and the Jewish parts of it. and I've studied the history of Israel. I used to take people for like tour guides and teach them about Israel. So I think I know Israel pretty well. And from where I stand, it's quite clear to me that it doesn't mean that Israel is always right and all the Israeli YouTubers are always right. Absolutely not. Many of them sometimes say things that are not completely accurate or just, innocent mistakes. But in general, they do stand on the same kind of foundational ground, which is Israel have the right to exist, and Israel is actually on the right side of history. And with that nuance, you have a lot of things here.
I think Israel could win history. I think it will come out. I could come out on top, as much as I wouldn't want that. But I don't think it's on the right side of history, and I don't think that Israel has the right to exist as a Jewish state. I mean, there can be kind of like an existence of a state in Israel, or in Palestine that like
What is
able
it
to
with you guys that don't want to let the Jews have their only one state? Serious, I'm not Jewish myself, but seriously,
Okay, yeah.
there's
Well, no,
like
I mean,
50
why
something
do you
Muslim
want them to have
states.
that?
There's so many Christian states. There's only one Jewish state. And then everybody's obsessed to take it away from them. Really, what is that?
What do you mean take it? I mean, there's
You
no like
said you
history
don't
of the
think they
land.
have a right to have it. Like you don't want them to have their own state. Why? Have one in all of the world. There's like 6,
Okay.
7 million, 10 million of them live in Israel. Out of them, 7,
How
8
much
million.
money? How much? Like I'm just kind of curious because like I see from everything I just an objective net negative, and also like again if Judea before the Roman Empire like existed, like sure if they had like occupied that land continuously, I would agree that, or for instance if all of like the population of uh Palestine was like Sumerians ethnically, like I'd be okay with Samaria. It's just
Mhm.
that the people there don't have that like historic tie to the land with the religion.
That's not true.
And
You know,
I
if
also
you
find that the fact that the religion is so like connected with that land, when I do believe, again, you can disagree, we can like get into the kind of the genetics of it. I don't think that we want like an Ashkenazi Jewish kind of like genetic breakdown. Um, but like I don't think that they have a kind of like a blood and soil tied to the land either, which is again very politically incorrect today to even have that position. I think it's largely a so I know why people don't like Ashkenazi Jews don't want to be connected to Europe. I'm not going to pretend that I don't understand that. I think that what happened is really bad. Like I'm not and I want to prevent that in future. I do. I want to
so
prevent it.
the thing is I think people miss sometimes to understand about the Middle East, and when you ask Middle Easterns that are not Muslims, by the way, they will tell you that anywhere in the Middle East or in the world that is under Sharia law and Muslim occupation was taken by force, by death, by extreme use of violence, except from Mecca and Medina in some ways. That's where Islam started. Anywhere else was literally conquered and colonized in the most horrific way and
Yeah, but
forced
how long have
conversion.
they had access to that land?
Islam started about 1,600 years ago.
1,000. Okay, yeah, 1,600 years. So that's like a
No,
historic.
but they didn't. That doesn't change the fact that the Jews still were in Israel back then. Islam invaded Israel to take it from the Christians. The Christian fought them back and forth. The Jews were still in Israel
Yeah, no,
under
there
them.
was. Yeah, I agree. There were still
So,
people who
and
were.
then, so as they were invading and colonizing, there were the Jews who didn't invade anyone. They were not colonizing anyone. And by the way, their relatives were plucked from them and taken before into exile, but they still kept their hope and dream to go back and reunite with their brothers and sisters in Israel. So when they finally come back, you choose to side with the force that came and killed them and colonized them by force rather than with the ones that stayed there
What makes
and
you
the
think?
ones that came
Makes you
back.
think I'm pro-Muslim? What makes you think I'm pro-Muslim?
Because if I'm just assuming, if you don't want
Yeah.
Israel to exist, you want the Palestinians or the made up kind of Palestinian kind of entity there to take it from them.
No, like I said, I don't think that Palestinians should get what they want.
So then goes my other question:
I
is
mean, if we're looking at like
why
an
is the
ideal
obsession with
state,
not letting the
an
Jews go
ideal,
back to the country?
the ideal state for I think to just be objective, I think that like Israel has destabilized the Middle East substantially. I think that their plan was to destabilize the Middle East, successive Middle Eastern states. Again, William, he just
Yeah.
goes into this specifically. Like I don't know, like off the top of my head, every single um, thing that's happened. I mean, unless you do not, like it was some kind of like it started with an S. The plan was like there was the name of a plan by the name of the S. It was a plan to destabilize the Middle Eastern states, and I believe it was successful. Okay, you know what? I think I know the video it's in. I know the video it's in because I try to watch these things and remember it and like look it up on my own, but I just don't, the names don't stick. The video is called, if you want to see it for your audience, it's called, how what Israel wants to do with the Middle East and how Iran would stop that, or like Greater Israel and how Iran could stop that. That's the video. Like it has like that kind of relevant soundbite, you know, and I think that the what was I trying to say here? Because I did have a real point.
It's okay. Take your time.
Yeah, I don't like agree with like Islam. I don't think it's like moral in several ways, but I do think that the Middle East would be substantially more stable without the presence of Israel, and there would be substantially less bloodshed.
You know that you're saying that to the non-Jews who live in the Middle East who are thankful that Israel exists. So you're telling us who have our relatives being butchered and killed right
Yeah,
now
well,
around us by the Muslims. So you're telling us that we would be better off without the Jews and under Islam again, which are
I
killing
didn't
us.
say you guys, but that's the thing. Like, I think you guys are useful because you have a reason to defend them. Like that's what's happening with the Kurds in Iran. It's divide and conquer.
But you came and you said that the Middle East will be more stable.
Yeah,
without...
sure. I didn't say for everybody. Just because it's more stable doesn't
So for
mean
the
that, like,
so it will be more stable for the ones killing.
But like,
so you're siding with the
Middle
ones
East
that are
should be
killing.
stable for the majority, but should be stable for the minority.
If
like
the
I don't agree with that. Like
no, but if the majority is the one that is causing all the problems, so you're saying it's better off to kill all the good guys so the bad guys can be the majority and have no one to kill anymore.
What do you mean good guys and bad guys?
So let's say right now the forces in the Middle East that want to kill minorities, I'm calling them bad guys. I think that's a fair name. If they want to come and murder.
Yeah, but what you're trying? No, I know what you're trying.
No, it's not what I'm trying. If they're coming to murder,
you're trying to justify like the explosion of Syria, the explosion of Iraq, like.
No, I'm telling you right now, they're killing my people. They've literally went and killed women and children. They're doing October 7 all around the Middle East. That's what you guys don't understand. So I call them bad guys. So you're saying because there's more of them, we should let them kill everyone. So there will be more stability. And the ones who are standing against them, hey, stop killing women and children. Take them away from there. They shouldn't be there because they're creating that logic. Doesn't matter which nice words you use to put into it. That logic is very, very faulty. Hey, the good guys who are defending, get them out of there.
If Israel wasn't in the Middle East, the Middle Eastern states would have been less radical.
That's not true. The Middle East was a hot spot for wars for the last 2,000 years, man.
Was Syria killing its ethnic minorities?
Yes, big time. Yes, Syria was killing so many minorities you can't even imagine. Lebanon, the Muslims there were killing. In Jordan, in Turkey. Turkey was killing with like lots. We're talking like in the millions. Like, what are you talking about? The killing in the Middle East, that's the thing. The killing in the Middle East was happening way before Israel came. They were killing each other and minorities.
Example of this. Turkey is a perfect example. You mentioned that Turkey killed a lot of minorities. We got proof. We got the Armenians. We have the Kurds. There's so many like classic examples.
The whole Ottoman Empire, yeah, they took more slaves and killed more people than you can imagine.
But most of this like explicit genocide happened during the Young Turks, right?
What's the point?
No, but I'm asking if you agree. Did it happen during the Young Turks, or did it happen?
No, it happened throughout the entire existence of Islam, like literally.
Okay. All right.
They had peaks up and that, but through the entire expanding of Islam, they were killing and ethnic cleansing and genociding of different minorities, like on steroids. Like October 7 been happening for the beginning of Islam until today, literally.
Well, I'm talking about the beginning of like the Middle East is founding secular states.
Okay, so what's the point?
Well, the point is that we know who was responsible. We know who pushed for a lot of the radical genocidal campaigns during the secularization of Turkey.
Yeah, who was
the
that?
Young Turks. They are the Young Turks. Okay, so who were part of the Young Turks?
Who was part of the Young Turks?
The Dunma.
And?
You don't know? You know who they are?
I'm asking you. Enlighten me. Like, where are you going with that? Like, who are you trying to blame here?
I'm the people who promoted the ethnic expulsion of these people, the Young Turks, who are led by an ethnic group known as the Dunma in Turkey. That's factual. That's factual.
No, man.
Yeah, it is
No,
absolutely
man.
factual. You're
No,
smiling
man.
because you know
Listen.
this. You know this.
No,
You
man.
know this.
Smiling and saying, it doesn't mean it. The ones who killed were Muslims who killed non-Muslims. Why are you complicating it? It's literally
I'm
that.
not
It's so
complicating.
simple. They went and they
The Daima
conquered.
were Muslim on publicly, but what were they like privately?
They went, but they were not the only one. The Islam itself have been killing. You're picking right now a small group in Islam that did
No, I'm
something
giving you an
and coming and
example of
using
where
it
it's
as a
happened
way
in a
to prove a
secular state.
point.
I'm giving
They
you
have been
I'm giving you an
killing
example of where it's happened in a
minorities.
secular state. I
Listen,
believe that Islam would have become more in the Middle East. They would have become more and more secular. I believe that. I believe
what are
there
you
would-
basing that on? Well, what are you basing that on? Like making up words and believing things is fine, but what are you basing that on? Where did you see that happen? If anything, history showed us a complete opposite. So what are you basing that on? These are very, very big claims to claim without any backing, but you come and say, I believe in facts. Okay, prove the facts. What you're saying right now is falling into the hands of this murderous colonizing machine called the Muslim Ummah that has been going for 1,600 years and haven't stopped. And then instead of actually calling them out for it, you're blaming the ones who are standing for them. That is mind-blowing. But anyway, listen, brother, I need to go because I have to go and pick up my kid from school.
Yo, I look like this. Fuck, man. I look like shit.
No, you look good, man. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Whoo! It's so funny talking to these numbskulls. It's hilarious. But anyway, that was my first time on... How do I stop this? Let's see. That was my first time on this app, Mingle. I literally wasn't planning on going live, honestly. I was just trying to play with it. But then I saw this Chinese guy, and he was hilarious, and he was real fun to talk to, and he has some really cool stuff to say. So then I clicked the button to like go live, and I ended up, live here with you. If you enjoy this kind of content, let me know. I think Mingle seems to be better than Omni TV, whatever you call that thing. Yeah, man, what a bunch, huh? What a bunch. But here you can actually, I think you recommended that to me, Mark Flash. I think it was you. You came and you told me that, Uncle Coping, what's up, man? Stop smoking, man. You smoke too much. So I think was it you or someone else told me that in Mingle, you can actually choose topics you want to discuss. So it brings people, so you see less, child molesters like in Omni TV or whatever you call that thing. So yeah, that's about that. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this, guys, thanks, Buzz. I'm trying to do it respectfully and see if I can reach them and bring some sense, and also just to feel the water, to bring a few good books to recommendation. I have a few good books, but I didn't think that, honestly, I didn't think that he would read anything that I was more interested in picking his mind and seeing how he's trying to hide in the end of the day, anti-Israel, anti-Jewish views. He just doesn't want to call it anti-Semitism, but he doesn't think that the Jews have the right to have a state, and they think that the Muslims should keep raiding and killing everyone in the Middle East, and that is just crazy. I just didn't want to attack him too much, because I wanted the conversation to keep going. Otherwise, I would have maybe been a bit more harsh against the views that he said, but then you don't get to hear all the Jews that he's been saying. I'm talking about the open mics. No, I'm talking about Umingle, or this app that I just used here. This, I don't know how you call that. Anyway, actually, we love you guys as well. Stay safe. See you next time. Oh, thank you so much for this. Someone here, Cindy Hoover. That's very kind of you. I really like it. And I like the Japanese dog emoji that is dancing there. Yeah. I'm gonna go pick up my kid. Oh man, I was planning on working today and doing more videos, but now I need to. But on the bright side, I get to spend time with my kid, which is, it's funny. I was walking today in the forest with a friend of mine that came to visit me, and we're talking about parenthood. And he was telling me like about, having children or not. And I explained to him something very simple. You will never understand what it means to be a father. You would never, until you become a father. You can have a general idea because you have cousins, nieces, and all kinds, but you don't understand. It's literally your flesh and blood, your genetic code, and also the character, and you're involved in creating that man and or that woman and teaching them so many valuable lessons and tools to help them, handle life. And I said, the moment that you have a child, you just kind of leveled up. Like you are playing World of Warcraft right now in a low level kind of quests, and all of a sudden you jumped into the real high level quest with the greatest loot and everything. And then you ask yourself, like, my God, why didn't I come here earlier to this part of World of Warcraft? Why did I stay there? I spent so many times just running around wild boars while I could have been raiding kingdoms and riding dragons into the horizon and looting monsters and I don't know what. Like, you're literally in the best place in the game. That is being a parent. And the earlier you become a parent, the more you realize, oh my goodness, why did I waste time before I did it? So my point was, I was telling my friend when I was talking to him, is like, man, I can't wait for my kid to get back from school just because I want to spend time with him. And he's 7, he's like first grade, but I've never enjoyed so much spending intellectual time with a 7 years old, with a first grader. Like, but when it's your child, you're like, wow, I really want to pick his brain. I want to hear, I want to talk to him, I want to laugh with him. He's into imitating people now. So he's imitating everyone in our family right now. Like literally every member of the family, from Safta Medina all the way to Uncle Slim, the Mishuga, and Suna, and Nusi, and Hila, and their cousins. And it's so cute. So my point is, if you are in a good, healthy relationship, don't wait. Seal it off. If that's a good woman, put a ring on her finger. If that's a good man, tell him, listen, let's do this. Put a ring on his finger and go bring kids. That is also one of the best ways to help save this planet. Bring lots of children and teach them good stuff. Teach them love over hate, bravery over cowardness, and tolerance over whatever comes without tolerance. I don't know. Lack of tolerance. See what I'm saying? Someone just wrote wise just when I said the word that I didn't know the next word that coming after it. But anyway, guys, stay safe. See you next time. Love you all. God bless. And I'm going to be doing this You Mingle more often. I think I like it. I wanted to test the water. I liked it. Alexandra, it's great to see you here as well. Uncle Copin. Yes, you smoke too much. Way too much. I think every video that I ever seen on your Instagram, you're like either puffed in smoke or holding a cigarette. Could be fun, but just not healthy. Where's my ring? The Druze don't put rings. The Druze don't put rings and don't put earrings and don't put jewelry. There's something about that. So I'm just going to leave it there.